So have you experienced any like post-show blues yet? Like you had such a high and then now you're kind of like back down.
No, because I prepared myself for this. Every time I do a show, I notice that there are different things like either it's binge eating and then you watch your physique kind of change, or you hold a little bit more water and things like that. But I anticipated it. I'm like, I put all my everything that I could possibly put into this prep, I put into it. So now that it's over, it's like, okay, I anticipated this, a little bit of a break, mental reset. I've been taking a lot of notes on my phone, even when I was in prep. And I
Mm.
look back at it, I read it, and I try to, just give myself some sort of like, I don't even know, like a grace. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I
When
know
you
it's
say you put
needed.
notes in there, is it notes as like reminders to like,
Yeah.
all right, you're feeling this way? Like what does that consist of?
It's his
Yeah.
inner
So
self,
it's
bro.
it's more so talking about, how I feel like on my lowest days, how
Yeah.
miserable I am. I talk about like how it's temporary. It's a lot of it is just I'm more in touch with what I'm going through and how I feel in the moment of what I'm going through.
Yeah.
So I kind of wanted to explore that this prep, because before it's always like I'm extremely isolated. I push things off and kind of just went through the motions, but I chose to feel this prep a little bit more. And no, it's like I said, the most difficult, not so mentally, but more so physically. I was more
Physically, I
physically
was
fatigued than anything
fatigued than
else.
anything else. That comes with a lot of pros and cons, right? Like you open up a
Yeah,
lot of your vulnerabilities with that. But at the same time, I think bodybuilding is so special because like it forces you to find yourself more than you ever would doing a lot of other things. Aaron and I
exactly.
attest to the fact, we played football, and I'm sure Chris, did you play too?
I did basketball.
Oh, okay.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, but
I would have ran your ass over, but nonetheless,
boy, shut the I would have body slammed your
I
ass.
wasn't even talking. That's the crazy part, but I definitely would have ran Aaron over. You saw what he looked like back then? That's crazy. Crazy.
I would oh
Hey, what was
dog.
his weight?
Yo,
Like
you know,
190?
what'd you say?
I weigh 195 playing
I
outside
knew it.
linebacker.
Hmm. I'm telling you. But like I said, if you open up your vulnerabilities to really learn about yourself in the sport of bodybuilding, like it forces you to. You got no other option. You get humbled or you really find out about yourself. But now food wise, how you been?
I've been off diet and I haven't trained. Well, this is my second day training. So I told myself when I talked to Ali like 3 or 4 weeks ago at
Hmm.
Bev's, he's like, don't let bodybuilding be your personality. Have a little bit of a grace period where you allow yourself to feel and enjoy life and things like that. Don't feel like you always got to get ahead, got to get right back to it. And it's not that I was getting burnt out. I just feel like I always was thinking ahead. I could never focus on the moment because I was so far like, okay, I qualified. Now I got to focus on this, this, this. I have time. And to maximize that time wisely is taking a break. I have never taken a break, dude,
Yeah.
since I was probably, I competed not before even competing sports, and just, I've always just been super motivated to just stick to it. If I missed a meal and I just felt like I was a failure. So now I'm realizing that the break is like, it may be one step back, but it's like two steps forward.
Yeah.
So I'm allowing that. I don't need necessarily more size. It's not going to be no weight. It's just kind of resetting a little bit. And, that weight is just going to keep climbing, especially with what I'm eating, which I'm slowly cleaning up too. But I'm not stressing about it because I know when I get in prep, I know my ammo. I
Yeah.
know my mindset. I know I'm just locked in. And it's like, then I'm just those are the notes that I take that I look back at.
Does that become more of a mind fuck even now, even though you're telling yourself this, right? But now you're faced with the food, you're eating it, you're enjoying it. Do you ever sit there and feel guilty afterwards? I feel like that's the
Well,
worst.
of course I do, but I'm telling myself like, this is temporary.
Yeah.
But I'm focusing on the day. When the time comes to where I got to cut it back, I cut it back. I don't have a problem with conditioning. I don't have a problem with getting in shape. I'm always ready early. And if we got to turn it up a little bit more, we can. I don't ever complain with it. And I'm not necessarily a foodie. It's just getting these things out of my system that I crave, and then I'm right back to it. But this is needed to kind of get that itch back,
Hmm.
Bro, it's like
especially with
getting rid of the
having that
thought
one.
is like the number one thing whenever it comes to food. It's like you think about it all prep and you're like looking at it and you're like, oh, it looks good. And then you have it after prep and you're like, that wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And it
Yeah.
Yep.
almost locks you in deeper. You're like, oh, this is easy shit. Like, let's get right back to it, you know?
Yeah.
You get out of your system. You eat till where you're like, every show I after every show or every prep, I would say I crave something a little bit different. And this prep was mainly banana pudding. I don't know why.
Oh,
You know,
bro.
Maria's been buying it and keeping it in the fridge. So every morning I would wake up, I would look at it with like vanilla crackers and stuff like that. It was,
Fuck.
dude, it looks so good. And then I finally had it and I ate so much of it, I got sick. And I even told her, I go, I'm never buying it again.
Really?
You know, so it's out of my system. Like I crossed off my checklist. So I tend to eat things. One year it was Cinnabon. Carrot cake, I still enjoy.
So you're a
But
sweet
there are times that I have had so much of it to where I'm like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so sick.
Aaron gets his cheesecake right after the show, every show.
I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck what y'all talking about. I don't ever get tired of that shit.
I'm also eating a full fucking cake. And then I eat to where I'm up all night because I have the sugar. I'm sweating sugar. I eat so much food, guys. Like I wish I had like a calorie counter with how much food that I eat. I don't think people would even believe me.
Drew, did I tell you what I did after Universe?
No.
So I went down to obviously Manhattan. I went to Krispy Kreme. I ate an entire fucking box of Krispy Kremes, right? Then on the way back, you can see my Glizzy Gobbler picture on my Instagram. I ate like 3 hot dogs, right? Bought more desserts on the way back, bought like 3 or 4 cakes, okay? Those black and white cookies, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Bought 2 whole pizzas. Ate all that, right? I'm sitting at the dinner table, bro. And my blood pressure was so high that I had my fist on the table like this, and it's going like this for my heartbeat, like this. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to die.
It's that sugar rush.
Yeah. So then I was like, know what? My aunt's a diabetic. She's at the table. I'm like, let's check my blood sugar right now. Let's see what it is. I'm thinking it's going to be like freaking 200. Bro, I checked it. It was under 100. It was a 98. That's how low. That's how insulin sensitive I was after the show. I ate all that food, and an hour later,
your body's processing it, and it feels like your stomach's empty. It's like the bottomless pit effect, you know. The only thing is when you eat too much sugar, like you had some pizzas in there in between and whatnot. You eat too much sugar, dude. I get like the sugar sweats. I start to feel weird. Like I start to feel really sick, and then I got to have something that's salty or fatty to kind of balance it out, and then I'm right back to sugar. And I tell myself, it's like drinking. You ever have a good night out and then you drink so much and you feel so fucking sick? You're like, God, I promise I'm never drinking again. But the next day comes around, your friend's like, hey, you want to go out? You're like, yeah. It's the same thing with sugar. I'm like, yeah, I can use a little bit more now. Yeah.
Oh, man. Aaron, how you been?
Enjoying my vacation.
So what does your vacation look like? Are you still eating meals or it's really just fluid?
No, bro, I'm actually on my meal. I'm on my meals. Like yesterday, I ate all my meals, but had a hamburger and sweet potato fries yesterday at one of my favorite restaurants here in Fresno. But no, man, I eat my meals throughout the day and then going to sleep and doing what I do, drinking this damn water. So up at middle of the night, pissing all day again.
Let me ask you something. We always talk about.
I'm also getting ready to gear up for a big birthday bash here in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, y'all gonna see it. That's why I'm like trying to stay like real nice. 45 minutes of cardio in the morning, you know, because I know, bro, when I go on vacation from the 28th through the 7th, don't even talk to me about no goddamn. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do the podcast, to be honest with you, because I'm gonna be in Mexico on the water. I don't know if it's gonna be Wi-Fi or whatnot, but taking my laptop. So there's gonna be a lot of special shit that happens on this trip. Very special shit. So we'll see what happens.
All right. As a coach now, like whenever you guys say certain things, like there's different parts of me that kind of wake up a little bit. I have the coaching side, I have the business side of me, I have the bodybuilding side of me, so on and so forth, right? So when you guys said talk about your balance post show, my coaching side like kind of perked up a little bit. How do you think CUTZ manages it? Like, do you think, because from what I
don't before you even ask that, he don't micromanage the people who need to be managed.
Okay.
Sometimes he may sit there and babysit some of the guys who just don't get it. And that's that.
But what is not getting me? What is not getting it?
The guys that are at the top, they're at the top for a reason. A lot of it's their mental fortitude. You know, he doesn't have to force it. Yeah. Well, no, still, you're a guy that listens. You know what I'm saying? Like you understand it. You know, you got to put that work in. Some guys need to be coddled, and like me with certain clients, I know they're getting their stuff in, and even if they're not, I know when they are ready, they're going to pull that trigger and they're going to listen to everything, and they're going to get ready early.
I didn't know.
That's the thing is, like I said, it's the word he uses is coachable. You know what I mean? It's not babysitting. It's just you being able to be coached, you being able to follow direction and lead, and not sit there and bitch and cry about every little thing in prep and out of prep. You know what I mean? So I know he goes through a lot of that during prep with some of these guys.
Mhm.
Because trust me, I hear it. And I'm like, really? They're
I
acting
see
like,
some of it.
what
Yeah.
Did you
the
guys
hell?
did you guys see the video where I talked about how CUTZ currently has 12 qualified Olympians? 12.
Bro,
Yeah.
Twelve.
there will be 20. I
Yep.
promise you. I promise you.
Fucking bro, it's
There's
June.
20.
It's
Bro,
June.
bro, I didn't I tell y'all like a couple preps podcasts ago, like, bro, he's not even we got hitters
Yeah.
that
He
ain't
didn't
even
even have
the
him come out
circuit
yet.
yet.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even close to hitting the circuit. So
Do you
that's scary.
I'm not sure. I mean, obviously we can name people like Hani Rambod, but when it comes to the men's physique division, do you think that
Oh,
there's
it ain't one, and I do want to check you on that. There's not one motherfucking coach that coach men's physique. I don't give a fuck about nobody else, hurt their feelings or not. They have never done what the fuck Cuts has done. So let's
I'll
really
second and triple that. There ain't nobody.
that was
Nobody.
nobody.
that was my question. I was going to ask you, is there any coach resume wise better?
Fuck no,
Anyone
no.
that even wants to talk on that, no, get the fuck out of here. There's
And if
nobody.
they do want to talk about
Close.
it, they're insecure and they're not thinking realistically. Trust me, there's not one coach that has done what the fuck Cuts has done. I don't care about one and two, bro. We talking about 12 dudes at the O, and
Bro, we see it every
five or
single
10 of
weekend.
them
He's
in the top
editing his
10.
thing.
Come
That's
on, bro. We not gonna have that debate. That's not even a debate to have. Like
the,
that's dumb shit. My daughter and son can figure that out. No, hell no.
I think the
It's
most
not competition, bro. I don't care about nobody feathers being ruffled, but I don't care what nobody has done. Just take my resume alone. Name one Mr. Olympia that has won an Arnold and Mr. Olympia in a year. Nobody. Me. I don't care if you won an Arnold and somebody else won a three. But that don't mean nothing. He got one and two in the same year, plus hella athletes in the top 10, top 12, top 15. Bro, the resume talks for itself. I don't even need to talk. But I
Hey,
do want
right here. Hey, right here. 87 pro wins, 116 pro cards, 258 overalls. He has the number currently 3, 5, 6, 7 men's physique at the O, and number 15 classic physique. So even out of men's physique, he's got classic physique too. So, dude, you ain't touching those numbers, and they're going up every single weekend. You see every single time he
every
changes them,
weekend.
it's 1, 2, 1, 2 added to those pro wins.
yeah, no, you're
And let me tell you this. Why all of a sudden all these pros is coming to cuts?
answer the question for the people who don't. Do you think your wave because Drew, how long have you been with Cuts?
3 years or 4 years.
Aaron, how long have you been with Cuts?
5 years.
So there's been like a wave since I would say about
I'm gonna tell you right now. When I blew up, when I played second, and I'll tell you right now, Cuts acquired 6 pros from that Olympia that year. Just saying. Or I think it was 7 or 8, one of the two.
that makes sense. And one of the most impressive thing is, bro, he doesn't even coach females, but he's getting classic guys into the Olympia too. Like this man just seemingly.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about females because the GOAT is the wife.
It's her, yeah.
She do this shit too.
Who?
she do this shit
She
too,
likes
bro.
those, the females.
Ariel's wife does all the females.
Are
Like,
you serious?
come
Yeah.
on, bro.
I didn't know
Fuck
that.
Yeah, Linda. Is her name
Is she
right?
Come on, bro.
is she in body? Like, is she into it? Body?
Bro,
That's how they met, I believe.
Really?
bro,
I didn't know
she's
that.
Coaching, yeah.
she's a GOAT in her own. Go look
Yeah.
at her profile. She doesn't do it as much anymore because Ario's kind of taking the load of being who he is.
Yeah,
But bro, go look at her page.
that's
There ain't
crazy,
no
bro.
joke over there. That whole family is goated. I don't care what nobody say.
I see.
Go cry.
Yeah, I think I found out about Cuts back in 2018 whenever I was with Terrence, and he was like in my DMs, like saying, "Hey, you gonna switch over one day?" Yada yada yada. And then like whenever no. And one day I was like kind of Terrence stopped responding as much because he got busy being second place in the world and all that. And I hit up CUTZ. I was like, hey, I'm joining on. I think that was pretty close to the time that Drew did too. So it's been a while. It's been 5 years.
Who do you think was CUTZ's biggest athlete when initially starting?
Oh my gosh.
Ant
Who was
Wood?
it?
Ant Woods.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was Ant.
Did he qualify for the Olympia? Like it was that year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He qualified, I think, in a day or something, some weird shit.
Yep.
That's fucking crazy, man.
And then
I remember when he went pro at Junior Nats, yeah, and then he did a show right after.
Yeah.
Is there anything that he's missing on his resume, you think?
No. Another O for me.
Another O's the only thing. Multiple O's.
Just multiple.
Just in comparison to like Omar, like that's the only thing that I could think of as far as Olympia.
How many does Omar have? Because I think Omar would have to be
Raymont, the only Raymont, yeah. Which I don't say that lightly. It's not just only one, but it's the other coach that has an Olympia champ. Yeah.
I guess, okay, yeah. Jeremy Buendia, so that's Honey. You had who else? I don't know who Mark Anthony was with.
Mark Anthony don't count.
You have Brandon
Wait,
with
why doesn't he count, bro? Because everybody
he just don't count. He don't count.
Everybody says this, bro.
Yeah, he don't count, bro.
I mean,
Come on.
same thing with Danny Hester. No one remembers Danny Hester either.
I remember Danny. Like
Danny Hester counts more than Mark Anthony.
But here's the thing: a lot of these guys, and especially people who were like those first guys, they feel so entitled that I get that you want it, but
yeah, I get what you're saying too. I don't know how else to explain it other than
no comment.
but it's like it's not being disrespectful. Like on me, like it's not being disrespectful. It's just like, bro, come on. What that's just like fit model right now. Like, come on, y'all, you're not gonna take you that serious.
I was about to say that.
I'm not gonna take you that serious. Like I get he's doing what he's doing for the league. That's a praise. He's killing it business wise and entrepreneurial wise, but we're not gonna go there with that. That's not even. It's not.
We'll save that topic for another day.
Yeah. When we're in prep, we'll save that.
Let's do it. All right. We had the Empro.
This show impressed me. I'm going to say first and foremost, the lighting. Take notes. The lighting.
Yes.
This is the difference between Toronto when people are, oh, he's off, he's this, he's that. Let me tell you something about the lighting at shows if you're not there. There's some, people out there that think I was off. I was not off.
Hey, Drew.
At Toronto
Before you start. Don't explain yourself to no motherfucking body.
No, I'm saying the lighting. I'm saying when you
explain yourself, you know what you
as
did.
Far no. I know. But what I'm saying is the lighting needs to be more consistent for the audience because it is a social media game at this point. So I think that would benefit, especially a show like this. And we've talked about this before.
Don't let it be for the people who it don't matter to. Yeah, there's fans.
I mean, we do a podcast and we're looking at all this stuff, and I think it's easier to critique as well when we're looking at some of these guys on here. And I think this is probably the best lighting that I've seen at a show in probably ever, to be honest with you guys.
Been a while.
Even the videos that popped out, like you are seeing, like, so as peeled as all of these guys appear right now, you got to look at some of these other shows that I would put my conditioning up with all of these guys. It's just highlighted so much better here because of the lighting. It's 3D. It looks HD. It almost looks like a Gilco video, right? This is what they need to do just overall for the sport. It's a visual sport. I think it would help the sport out when you just have this type of lighting consistently through all the shows that are being presented, especially online, especially when you're doing critiques, especially like with Men's Physique News that's posting it. There's so many other photos that just don't do justice for a lot of athletes.
I think what should happen, and I hope Gilco is listening. I know he will be, but Gilco, you just need to start a lighting company for the IFBB, and they need to hire you for every single show. Bro, the money will be stupid for Gilco and his team. You know what I mean? So hire the lighting team because they know what to do, and he just sets the standard, and the standard is that.
Yeah.
Period.
And then
I think
not no scale company, lighting company. We talked about this last time.
I think I just think the IFBB should also get behind Gilco because if that's their guy that we use, they should get behind him and set that standard for. I don't care what promoter wants to use these shitty junky ass lights. No, Gilco is this is our criteria. Here's the standard, just like the sanction fees. We
Yeah.
got to pay sanction fees. No, you got to pay Gilco for the lighting for the social media aspect. If we want to talk business, that's the big business move.
That's where the money's coming from.
Period.
Yeah.
And you also said for who, as far as the lighting and whatnot. For the athletes, man, I know that the shows that I've won, Chicago Pro, terrible lighting. Toronto Pro last year, it actually wasn't that bad. But whenever I've won a show and I hold up the check or the trophy or whatever it is, I don't have a picture like when Banks was at Pittsburgh and he's showing it, or you got some of these people like at the Texas Pro and it's like these HD high quality photos that you could put on a wall that look dope. My photos aren't that good, to be honest with you. And that's
Drew,
the thing that kind of bums me
I'm
out.
going to tell you the secret right now, Drew. You ready?
Big shows. Hey, I thought Chicago was a pretty big show. I mean, it was just like so diluted, like on a 240p, but they finally switched it the year that I didn't do it because it's been in the same venue for like 13 years. The year I ended up not doing it, they moved it to Rosemont and it was super dope lighting.
You got to understand, my rookie year at the Pittsburgh, that stadium was not good. I mean, that little theater.
It was bad back then. Yeah.
Bro, that
photo is still one of my favorite photos with the shorts that matched when you pushed like the trophy and then the background mat. It just like it highlighted so well. Yeah. That was the one that I reposted when you got it because I thought that was one of the hardest shots I've seen.
True.
That one with the Olympia one when you were holding it, like, oh shit, I got it.
Yeah. Drew, you said
I'm like, I need a photo like that, like that's active, like to where it's like a candid, but it's not. You're posing for it. I need one like that. I'm like, you know what? Next year we're gonna pop out.
It'll all boil down to, like I said, if Gilco can kind of, I know it's going to take money and more investment, but I think like I said, if he really got behind doing the whole lighting and then just hired a massive team to kind of create this atmosphere that we need, as far as the sport, not just for men's physique, we're talking about everybody here, like you know what I'm saying. So if he was
make it more professional,
every division,
and if he boosted just so many guys and trained again, he's training them with the cameras, he's training them with the lighting, he's the videos, X, Y, and Z. That's all being tailored to Gilco. So when he does push his team out, bro, everything looks the same. It's not, oh, this is shitty quality. Oh, let me compare last year's to this. No, it's going to be a standard to the
side by side. You take a photo and then you do another one from another show, and it's like, well, this guy looks off here, and it's like because of the lighting, and it's.
I want to make
it sucks, especially when I try to compare myself.
That would also take away a lot of the bullshit that these fans be talking about. Oh, he's off and all this other stuff. 100%. Well, here's some of the higher quality videos, and again, higher quality videos. I'm not saying that with the shitty lights, they're not high quality videos or pictures. It's just the lighting is not high quality.
Thanks. So what was the worst lighting show you ever competed in?
That's a good one.
To be honest, I don't think I've been in a shitty lighting.
Really?
Ever.
Was Dubai good?
You pick big shows.
Dubai was great. So even my rookie year, the only one I would say that was it wasn't
USA's?
shitty. No, not even USA's. USA's was crazy. Fresno Classic was crazy. Contra Costa.
Is that a real show?
You have to go through them every now and then you're like, that was the one. Alex knows what one was the worst. I don't think Chicago Pro was like Toronto Pro. And I'll tell you what, I didn't have the same coach that I did at Toronto because they're a little bit different with their tan. So you shower off the coat in the morning of the show, and then you go back, and the one chick, she tans everybody the same way. And I go, I need another coat. She goes, no, you don't, honey. You're fine. I'm looking at her. I go, no, I need another coat. Well, you got to go, schedule for this and that. I'm like, I need another coat. She wouldn't do it. And then they pack up and they dip out, and then they're backstage, and there's so many athletes there. It is a pretty big show as far as the athletes in the hall that they do it in with the fans and everything. They got all these different expediters that are all running around 10 different places. They got the coaches backstage, and it's a lot, but they have like probably 10 girls that are oiling all these guys up, and you can't leave like this certain room. And then they're all over the place. You can't even get their attention. Touch-ups are almost impossible. It's like, as soon as they put the oil on, you're already like, you already absorb it.
Same thing again. You got to go to bigger shows because the best tanning is Pro Tan. Shout out to Pro Tans for the
I
sponsorship.
agree. I agree.
Pro Tan. You got to go to the bigger shows,
I
baby.
agree. I
That's
agree.
it.
So I
I
do my
agree.
own.
And I know this is going to be in the comment section, but here's another thing about Toronto. I posted it for 6 months, what show that I was doing. I offered to buy Andre Ferguson's flight so he could compete with me. I wanted the competition. I wanted Andre DU to lose so he could go and do this show because you're only as good as the guys that you beat. I had more to lose in this lineup, but I always loved the show just because of the Sunday. It gives me an extra day to carve out, especially the first show of the year for me. Like, it wasn't that you're rusty or whatever, but you got to knock off those cobwebs no matter how experienced you are. Look at Brandon Henderson for the years that he took off. I believe it was 19 months. Every time, like, I do this for a living, I pose every day, but that stage time, it takes time and it takes shows to get it. You know what I mean? So that first show of the year, like,
But
it's
that's
knocking off
what,
some cobwebs and stuff.
Hold on,
I
hold
was
on,
getting a
hold on,
lot of
hold on.
slack on, oh, why is Aaron Banks competing and blah, blah, blah. Come on, it ain't just because I'm just competing to compete. You gotta stay that
Relevant.
we're a machine, bro. Like as much as we don't think of it as that, we're a oiled machine. And if it's not well oiled, it's gonna be cranking and jumping and twitching and doing what it's doing. The transmission might fall out or something. You just gotta keep it going. You gotta keep the body in tune.
Let me
You
ask
have
you one question that relates to that before we keep this moving on, because I know we got to get to some shows. Do you think that it's detrimental for Ryan Terry to only do the Olympia? With the weight cap and everything being in check based on what you just said, do you think for him, especially last year with kind of how he struggled to get down and it was not his best look compared to 2023, but do you think it's detrimental for him to only do one show?
to be honest, I wish Ryan would do more shows. As
Because the year
a
before he did.
I don't care about what he brought or whatnot. He is a phenomenal athlete. He is the current Mr. Olympia. But my thing as a men's physique guy and me telling the league what I wanted to do as an ambassador, you're the biggest name in the world. How are you representing that title? I traveled, I competed, I put my title on the line so many different times. It's just a lot of guys just don't do that. And again, like it goes back to me saying, "Oh, why is Aaron competing?" It's because I like to compete, and I'm also trying to raise awareness and grow the men's physique division. I'm not trying to just sit on a title all year and not, represent for the men's physique guys. I
Do you
do
think
my
it
best.
hurts his
And
physique though?
guess what? I don't think it messes up his physique, but
I
I
like
think
it. I think it's good because the cool thing is that you guys, so you have people like you that compete a lot, right? And then
Yep.
with Brian or somebody else that doesn't, they don't show up till the end of the year. So we saw all these shows with all these different guys, and all of a sudden you have this guy that no one's seen, and it's like, well, do we know if Aaron's going to win? How's Ryan going to look? And it kind of gives that mystery going into Olympia. So I love
Exactly.
it from that fact. And Brian's competed so many times at all these other shows that he's
Yep.
such a veteran now that I'm cool with him doing it. Now, let's just say like a younger guy wins it. No, he needs to like earn his stripes, like do more
True.
shows, get out
Yeah.
there. But
It's who
Ryan,
he
he's
is
been in
too.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
You
with
gotta
him. That's my opinion.
I
If
don't,
it
I
was
don't,
somebody else,
and
yeah.
one thing about Ryan, and I do want to hit on this, it would never hurt Ryan's physique. Ryan is always in fucking shape.
always
Right?
Yeah.
I
I
ain't
know
never
the
seen a
weight
off
cap though
Ryan
definitely
like,
definitely is tough. The weight
oh,
cap is
absolutely,
because
because
it's
I
tough
know,
for me.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's right there too.
He
And
said
it's like you
it
said, you're an
was tough
oiled up
for him.
machine.
Yeah. So
Drew, you said
we'll see.
something a little bit ago. You said how a lot of people's realities are kind of forged from social media.
Yeah.
And people don't understand, one, the importance of being there in person. But I think nowadays, if you're educated on the sport, you can look at these photos and kind of tell, oh, this one looks a little off compared
Same
to,
with coach check-ins. Same
yeah,
with, you ever have an athlete that checks in with you and it's in bad lighting because they're traveling or whatever in
yes,
the room that they're in? They're always like, it's bad lighting, I feel off. I'm like, I know what to look for because I could compare it to,
thank you.
how tight their skin looks. And it's the same thing with me, but not everybody has that eye. And sometimes people just jump on the bandwagon because they'll see a comment from somebody
Exactly.
else that says, oh, he's off here. Or with what I said on the podcast saying I wasn't as crisp. I didn't say I was off. I didn't say my conditioning was off. I was still within that range, but I played a different card, and that was the fullness card to show Tyler. And then Tyler was able to kind of digest what he just looked at with the two looks, Olympia, and then here being fuller here and just bigger and just round versus a conditioned look, what he preferred out of the two. So it was just try and test the new waters.
You said it perfectly. I think you have a very high ceiling and a very high floor. So like we
I'm gonna
talked
start
about,
quoting you and put that shit on a t-shirt.
it makes sense.
Give him his flowers. He has the highest ceiling and the low floor.
But even when you're not at your best, you're still within that striking distance. Like you're always going to be in that conversation. There's some physiques out there that they Vinicius, boom, right? Prime example. If he nails it, bro, top two at the Arnold. If he doesn't, we don't even know what he places, right? So again, it's just kind of physiques that are all over the place. But there's certain things that you have that is men's physique, and that won't change. That's just who, like, so because of that,
structure is the biggest thing. I do
absolutely.
truly believe that structure is the biggest thing. It goes hand in hand with obviously like condition, because usually guys that have really good structure, you know, have good muscle bellies, have good insertions, have good condition. It's almost like they're like an athlete. I could always tell, even when Banks first started, like how, you know, being a little bit out of shape or like his drinking, partying days or whatever, you could still tell that he had structure.
Yeah.
I could look at that and I could see it, you know.
This is bone makeup. That's not changing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, at all. At all.
All right.
And that's the thing, like as you hit on that, it's like even when it was, what was it? My first couple of shows. No, it was the Pittsburgh, the recent one. You know, like even in that top four, right? I was probably the least conditioned.
Oh, bro,
Least conditioned.
I'm telling you, bro. Like this is why we don't got to go into this.
So Brandon was more conditioned than I was. Vitor was more conditioned than I was. Evan was more conditioned than I was.
But you also had the most complete physique out of them, and it was overwhelming to their conditioning, because it still matters. Conditioning matters, but on different physiques, it's differently. So my strength, I'm not winning shows because of my back. Why do you think I beat guys with better backs than me? Conditioning and structure and fullness, and obviously my front post too. Nobody wants to give me credit for what I do have. They want to tell me what I don't have, and then when I bring up what I didn't have, it's conditioning, or he was off, or he was this. And it's interesting because we always get it. You're always going to have somebody that says something. It's like, what's going to be the next thing when everything's together? It's preference. It's, everything is subjective. It's the same thing that I see Aaron get. I feel like it's a season with him. Some people will be dick riders, and then some people are like, "Oh, I don't like his personality. He changed up." I'm like, he never changed up. It's literally how he's always been. People just join the podcast, they jump on the bandwagon. Oh, he won now, so the old Aaron's back. I'm like, this is the Aaron that we've always had. Maybe he just didn't say as much shit, but I mean, to me, it's always been the same. It's been consistent. He gets.
He's just matured. This is who he is. His personality has always been this way. He just matured. He also, if you really pay attention, if you really know Aaron, you'll realize he doesn't say a lot more than what he actually does say, because he can say a lot of shit. And I'm telling you, if he ever has one of those fuck it moments, bro.
We see it every now and then on the group chat, but it's how I always viewed him. It never changed up. Right. I mean, it's just how he is. People could either love or hate you for it. You're still going to do what you want, whether people love it or hate it. It's like the bird that chirps outside. It could be fucking annoying until it shut up.
And that's why I posted that video of Eric, man, the guy who won the Mexico Super Show, man. To hear him say that, man, about me, I had to hurry up and try to get off of that mic because, bro, it choked me up a little bit. I'm like, bro, this guy don't really know me. You know what I mean? He just came out of the woodworks and just said that in his interview that he just won and talked about. It was just a different. Again,
congratulations! You deserved it, and you look like a freak. I want to say,
crazy, bro.
It's really cool. Obviously, I met you before, but what you stand for, how hard you work in the face of everybody not wanting you to win, and you still fucking show up, and you show up and you show out, and do I respect the hell out of that. And I really appreciate that, man. It's all about growth, man. And as I've grown into this sport, just like everybody else has to do when they start off as a rookie, you might come in high hitter or whatever the way you may come in, but you still have to grow, and growth is everything. Everybody that knows you personally says how good of a guy you are. So, I mean, it's just, if people take a clip from the internet, it's going to make you look a certain way, right? Absolutely.
We always said.
So,
bro,
that's dope. That's my first time seeing it. You know what? He just won a show, and he's still giving you, your flowers. And that's what it's about.
Threw me so off. That's one thing that
he's a good guy.
Yeah, it threw me off. I was like, because even like right after he said that last, I said, yeah, congratulations. I had to get off the bike. I said,
usually open bodybuilders, they hate on men's physique too. but they see the work ethic. Once you're around it, you see it. Yeah.
Eric is a great guy, man. Great guy. If you know him, you've ever had a conversation with him, he cares. He was on Athlete team with me for a little bit, and just his mindset's different, and you can kind of see that.
You can see it. You can definitely see it.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Yeah, I watch his YouTube a lot and like different videos that he's a part of, and he's like on debates and different shit, like these different things that I've watched. No, he's a good guy. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's creative. He does like funny content, kind of like Alex does for his Instagram and stuff.
But that motherfucker is big as shit.
He's big as
shit. And I'm gonna tell you,
he's tall too. I think he's like a little bit taller than me.
He's like 5'11".
I'm gonna tell you about Eric. When he connects those lats,
it's over.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
People gave him shit for his conditioning. And I saw him in person. I'm like, he's conditioned. Same thing with Samson Dauda. They say, oh, he's not as conditioned. Maybe not as conditioned as Hottie, but in person, because he's so dark, especially with the 10, you can't tell. But when you're next to that dude, bro, it's insane. Your mind can't comprehend what you're looking at because it doesn't pick up that detail on certain cameras and, videos. But you see it in person, it's different.
100%. All right, Drew, do your thing.
All right, so we had Elton in 6th place here. That's one of Ariel's guys. Super, super dope structure. Just needs to angle his waist a little bit more from the front, bring out those lats a little bit more. Fix posing a little bit. It look a little bit stiff, but I know he hasn't been on stage for a while, but he has crazy fullness. He has a great shape. Just have to work on the footwork a little bit, the way that he's posing. Back is great. Just need to really showcase it more by dropping the arms a little bit. But all in all,
I got a little inside scoop. So Tyler, his front was blazing. He had one of the best fronts there. Probably
fullest chest in the lineup.
Probably one of the most conditioned guys up there. But again, you go back to that back pose. That was his feedback is you got to grow back.
That's men's physique.
And the thing is if he gets the density in that back, we're talking.
Yeah, because he has
the shape,
he has the look,
the muscle bellies.
It's all there. He has the pretty boy look. He can definitely he's got to put it all together. And once he does, he's in the mix of a lot of things.
He's got a good look.
Is he a previous Olympian?
I'm pretty sure he is.
I thought he.
No, he went to the.
He looks familiar.
Last year. No, that's Andre.
Last year. Right here, 2022.
Yeah, that's Andre Dayu's boy.
Oh.
Yeah,
they're close.
Yeah, because he looked familiar.
Yeah, he's been in the Olympia stage before.
How long has he been with CUTZ?
I think it's maybe that's his first run. I think
he's another guy that's going to be, adding to that list. Same thing with everybody's going to be in the comment section. Get Bhuwan on here. Let's get him on here after he qualifies. We'll have something to talk about. I know everybody's going to be like, get Bhuwan on here. I'm going to start commenting. We got to get Bhuwan on here. Everybody, he's a fan favorite.
I will say
we're going to clickbait it here. We're going to add him on add his face to
like. Hey, that's a good idea. Like, every single one will add his
playing. Where are the timestamps? People get crazy, bro. They're like, here's the petition for the timestamps. I'm like, just watch the whole goddamn podcast.
Yeah,
it's not hard to find anything. Like, I forget, because these drop a couple days after, but I forget what we were talking about, whatnot. But I'll rewatch the whole thing. I don't know if you guys do it, but I'll kind of watch some stuff again.
Drew is Drew speaks the words that we all want to fucking say. That is so funny. So
I mean, it is what it is. I read it. I go through it every now and then, and I'm just like,
bro,
comments are really funny.
I don't even read the comments unless y'all put it in the group chat, and I'm like, they said that, really?
Why is Banks always hating on the Indians? I'm like, I don't remember him ever saying anything.
That was wild. When y'all said that, I'm like, I'm not even gonna say nothing.
I'm like, they're making something out of nothing. I'm like, so okay.
Man, Bhuwan, we love you. All right, 5th place, another previous Olympian.
He has a great look. His conditioning is great. His fullness is great. He needs to work on his posing. He's always done a lot of extra stuff, kind of like CUTZ.
Yeah,
he would come out and just do a lot of extra stuff. He's a really dense guy. I believe he's out in Dubai. I think he's from there.
Yeah, he did the Dubai Pro Show with me last year.
Yeah, he's doing. I look at him even when he's standing there relaxed. Like his density is wild. His shoulders are crazy. His back. It just seems like when he transitions, he doesn't stay tight. He lets go, and then he does just a lot of weird stuff. And I get to see his physique. And if I was in his shoes, I would definitely practice practice the posing a little bit more. I think his physique could be showcased on such a higher level, and he's just really, I don't know, it just looks off. But he knows. We
I
always
even
talk
think
on in the DMs and stuff, and I've
I
told
think
him his
his
physique
tan
is
is a
there.
little light. His tan is a little light.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the comparisons and stuff too. So all the things that he can control, he just needs to practice more. So the tan and then the posing. But as far as his physique, I mean, it's great.
He is, when I've seen him, I don't, so in all fairness, I don't think this was his best conditioning
I don't think so
No.
either.
because I have seen him before where this man is,
At the Dubai Pro, he was
He
lit.
gets scary
Bro,
dry.
it's scary
dry.
dry. I'm talking like it doesn't make sense. Like living in his body looks uncomfortable. So,
Yeah.
he's one of those guys who's at the weight cap and he's like this close every single show. I was talking to him about it. So I think he's a previous Olympian. I believe he's already qualified again for the 2025. He's just one of those.
So.
He competes right after the Olympia every single year.
Yeah.
Back in, I believe in his
He's
home
doing
country.
big shows too. I
Yeah.
mean, for the most part, especially over there's a lot of hitters in this lineup. And for him to be, in that fifth spot, I mean, it's solid, but he knows where he needs to improve. And I like seeing the guys with the legs too. He's got good legs.
All right, so I don't know who this guy is. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but he looked insane.
I like his physique
I
a
need to
lot.
see the back poses because his front looked like it could be top 3.
Yeah, easily.
I agree. All right, let's pull it up.
Is he Asian? I can't tell.
No, he
No.
looks like a white dude.
He's probably like
Damn.
Oh, he looks dope.
He
Yeah.
was. I mean,
I think
It was it a posing thing?
better.
whoa,
He got a good look.
he was fucking.
That's men's physique when I look at it. His taper
I've been
is
in
really
that
good.
knee.
I was gonna say, Aaron, hold on. We're going anywhere else. Aaron,
Bro, that right there is so nerve wracking when people bend that knee so much.
yeah,
Like you can't stoop down to nobody's level. Stand tall.
CUTZ
Look.
yelled at me for that. That's what I used to do.
yeah, you can't.
Oh,
do that.
that is a no.
Yep.
Chris, when you would look back at your old photos, does it ever like irk you that you did that shit? You're like, how did I bend that knee so much and actually have the nerve to smile?
Yeah,
Knowing
I
what you
usually
know
go
now.
to the bathroom and I look myself.
Like
in
when
the mirror
Aaron
and I
hit the
cuss myself
Superman
out.
pose. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that shit.
Oh, that's the best one.
Yeah.
I remember
Bro, I got some bad ones. I got some real bad ones.
Aaron messaged me after the optimum. He was like, "Never hit that shit again."
We got to have an episode to where we all like have our first ever show,
Oh,
all our
yeah,
photos
Yes.
and everything, and kind
Yeah.
of go through it, and then we critique our older selves.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. We'll do that.
That would be dope. Who would win at all of our if we all competed in our first show together, and that was the setting? Who would have won?
I think it's gonna be Alex probably.
Alex looked good as an amateur.
I looked good at
Yeah.
my first show.
He had a
Banks
lot of
always had
size.
that back though. Banks
Yeah,
always
Banks-
had that back.
Hey, me and Drew will be the most shredded. I guarantee you that one. I was
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
show
I
though
was
was in
peeled, bro.
2015.
Aaron,
I wasn't
Aaron.
as peeled.
Aaron, we
Oh,
posed like
I
this,
went
bro.
that way.
Our first show was head on, dead on, pose like this.
Pose like that, bro.
Like a front relax, like bodybuilding. You don't know what the hell you're doing. It just looks odd.
Horrible. It was so horrible, bro. I don't even know how I won my first couple of shows. And I know why. It's because of my back and I was just my structure. But bro,
At that
my
time, it was like they
was
just like
fucking
it's so hard to
horrendous.
judge those shows.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. I don't even the judges were probably looking at me like, what the fuck is he doing? Like,
So you're
Where
still
did you
being
get that
rewarded.
from?
So
Bro, we
yeah,
had
so
some physique pose offs back then.
All right, real quick. We got a guy, Igor Williams, coming in at third place.
he looks tall.
guy's a new guy. He's a tall guy. I've never seen this dude.
Yeah, look at his
He
legs.
is tall.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah, he looks dope.
Aaron, do you think tall guys have an advantage or disadvantage in men's physique?
Depends.
Advantage depends on if you're structurally there, you're gonna be good. But the thing is, if you're stringy looking, that's where
He'd be built like a basketball player.
yeah, that's where the
Big dude.
problem starts to lie.
I think it's harder to fill out.
You can see like he has like some leg development, but those legs are just so long.
Yeah.
It's hard to probably look at his frame like that. And see, he would need a whole lot more legs to kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of like the Corey Morris effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Corey got super big up, but his legs just don't kind of match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just one thing. Like I would personally tell him to do is just really grow the legs.
And Aaron,
And that's one thing I had to do because bro, you know how many times people be he got no legs, no calves, blah blah blah. I didn't hear one of them comments. I didn't hear one of them comments recently.
No, but when you train legs, you get a lot more development everywhere.
Yes.
Your lower back,
Everywhere.
everything else will grow. My dad used to
Yes.
say, train legs and your arms will grow. What's the best
Yeah.
workout for arms? Training your legs, because just overall your body is producing more testosterone. It's the foundation.
I know that's like the most bro science thing probably ever said, but I couldn't agree more, bro. I couldn't agree more. Like
Every single one of our dads said that. 100%.
exactly. I don't know how else to explain it, but there was a time period where I had to
Fuck
stop.
bench. It's how much you squatted or how what was your 10 rep
I
max,
love
and
leg
it's
press.
strong, you know?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
But you're 100% right. Like I remember when I tore my meniscus, I had to stop training legs while I was in prep, and I ended up stop training legs for like 4 months. And I generally just got like, I don't want to say got smaller, but nothing like grew in my off season as much as I felt like
I
it.
hate not training legs, dude. But here's the thing: it's I got to do what's going to be best for me, and just not training legs for the past 9 months doesn't mean I never train them. They're still, I wouldn't say a strength anymore, but they're definitely like you look at my legs and you're like, oh, this guy definitely put some work into his legs.
Yeah.
You know,
Your legs look crazy, bro. I've seen you get a strip down at the Olympia. I saw your legs looking like fucking zippers. I was like, yeah,
am I short? Am I short shorts?
short shorts. All right.
Had to psych everybody out.
Top two. We got Mateus Nearly, 2024 Olympian. He couldn't make it to the Olympia. Was that
That is right. He beat City at a show. I remember, and we covered him when I was in Miami last year. And I remember going over this guy's look.
That's a good look. Yeah,
he looks crazy. Yeah.
Aaron, do you think it makes you an Olympian if you qualify for the Olympia but don't compete at the Olympia?
Nope.
Yeah, you still won.
Yeah,
qualified. You ain't go.
I still say, does it count?
So you're Olympia, but what places did you get? You didn't get 30th.
True.
So if you just walk on this, yeah, that's a good point. I guess that makes sense.
You didn't get 30th. Your name ain't on that
well,
list.
I look at it from the perspective of going to the Super Bowl and you get injured and you can't actually play. And I always look at that. I'm like, but if you're still there, but he wasn't even able to go. Yeah. So I would say you qualified, but that, you weren't there. You didn't compete. So you're technically not an Olympian.
Yeah.
That's true. Good
All
question. What do you guys think about it in the comments?
Yeah. I don't even think this was close, to be honest.
Really? I thought this was
I don't.
I didn't think it was close either.
I thought that the guy on the right, man, was just
Morrow brings a crazy
his package was perfect compared to the guy on the left. The guy
needs to bring this to Olympia.
Say it again, Chris.
Well, I didn't. What did you say, Drew?
I said he needs to bring that to Olympia. This is the best Morrow I've ever seen.
This is the best Morrow I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like this is.
He's got like that old Andre looking physique right here.
You know who's his coach? Josema's coach.
Who?
Oh,
Josema.
Oh, really?
So you notice the conditioning they have, like it's a different type of conditioning. It's not like just low body fat. It's like they're very, very dry and just hard. It's a different type of look, and he stays full. And he's always been dry and full, but this year, maybe last year, kind of he was off the past couple of years. I think. I think this look was
look how dope these shits are, bro.
He has some massive calves too.
Yeah, he does.
I'm like, holy shit.
That's what I'm
saying. These shots were
cool.
sick. I like the candids when they're walking around like from all different angles and you see how like they're posing at I think they're pretty dope. We need to see more shots like that. Have one like behind the stage where you kind of see the guys come out.
Bro, this is
look at that, man.
What the fuck?
That's good.
For a guy that's my height, he could pull off the Superman pretty well.
Yeah, he can.
Yep.
He doesn't have the smallest waist either, but he has such.
Look at those calves, bro.
Those goddamn calves, bro. What the hell? I don't remember him being like that.
That's the McGregor calves. That's wild.
Looks crazy.
His calves are almost like overpowering his quads.
They do.
Yeah, you're right.
Fuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Some genetic shit. Watch, he probably doesn't even train him.
He just walks on his tippy toes.
It's like Banks. If he didn't train back, he'd still have a back.
For sure.
Yeah, but Morrow definitely deserved this win. I thought it was actually closer when I was looking at this video originally, but the
back density and just the overall I mean, Mateus looked really dope. He has just a better taper, I would say, from the front because of his shoulders and how small his waist is.
Yep.
But when you look at, I'd say they're pretty close on conditioning. I just think the overall balance with Morrow and the density top to bottom, like he has like that Stephen Cow back.
Yes.
I think
the insertions are wild.
From this video, it looks like Morrow, his name, no, what is his name?
It's Mateus.
Mateus, yeah. I think his tan is too dark.
Really? I
Bro,
think,
this shit.
yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to register, especially in the video. Um,
I still think, yeah, I still think,
Morrow's tan was perfect with those shorts too. I
yeah,
thought he walked out and people are saying it's close. I get it's an opinion, but this Tyler Judge's show, he had a perfect score. He came out and it's like the fullness mixed with the conditioning because people that are really conditioned, it's a hard time. You could either be really conditioned, you're a little bit flat, or you're full and you got a little bit of a film. It's hard to get that perfect combo. He had the perfect combo of the fullness with the conditioning.
So he did have a perfect score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Okay.
I will
He had a
say,
3.
yeah,
Yeah.
Drew, you hit a nail on the head. I think this is what a perfect peak looks like. This
Yeah.
is what a perfect peak looks like. Detail, conditioning, because I've seen other shows or Morrow, he's always conditioned, always. But
Go back to one of his last shows, Alex, while you're talking about this,
yeah, like I've always seen
just for
him.
people to see it.
There's been so many shows where he's been conditioned, but not detailed. It's a big difference,
The
right?
difference. Yeah, he's probably the same body fat percentage too, but it's the peak.
Exactly. It's the peak that truly brought him to life. But I don't know. I know this guy. He's a multi-time Olympian. He's been there before. He's won shows.
Yeah.
But
He's one of my favorites of all time. I made a
really,
post to him, congratulate him. Yeah, I always said that too. I've been on the podcast before talking about it because I don't know what it is with these Spanish guys. Josema impressed me. And then when I was thinking about, I'm like, the only guy that's really like has that different look, like it looks like he's doing something different.
look how different
Like
this is.
That's
yeah,
way different.
I think he was last call out here, but
Bro.
he's still peeled, but he didn't pop, right?
The chest, shoulders now.
Wait, yeah. I think he got
He
some.
fixed his posing more straight on too.
His
But
abs
if
are
you
bubbly now.
look at leading up to the show, that was 23. And he was always known for conditioning as well. Like
Yeah.
he's not the biggest guy, but as Alex says, he controls his variables. Now he has the fullness with that condition, and the conditioning just shows more when he filled out.
Yeah, this
So
is
here
where he
you can just
qualified
kind
for
of
the
see like
Olympics.
it's not popping as much.
100%. This is a perfect representation. He is conditioned as all can be, but he's not as detailed through here. But then when you compare him to literally what we just saw, you'll see the big difference. This man
Crazy.
looks absolutely insane. Like you can clearly and look like he looks like he grew.
Yeah. Look at his abs, how much like
Yeah,
deeper they are and separated.
100%. But
Chest is fuller too, because in the last photo, he's a wider guy too. And when you pose, especially the Superman, it flares out, but his chest stays full when he opens up.
yeah.
And then the back is probably the biggest improvement, in my opinion.
Drew, let me ask you, what do you think about the show so far this year? Do you think it's been deep or do you think it's been a little lackluster?
I think it's been pretty deep, to be honest with you. Now, there are some shows that you could argue, okay, what was the Optimum Classic? We did it last year. It still was like a shallow show. It didn't have crazy amount of Olympians in it, but that was a show that Dallas won. If he was going to qualify, that was the show to do it at strategically. But there's a lot of shows that look weak on paper, and then you see them and they're actually like stacked. Like Mile High was a stacked show. You had Gochez that popped out, the other Indian guy that popped out. I mean, people are starting to come together because they're doing multiple shows. And then as you're going to see in these upcoming shows this weekend, the lists that are coming out, there's a lot of guys, and it's a lot of guys that have been knocking at the door for a long time in the second, third spot that aren't qualified. It's only going to get stronger and stronger. We're in the months now to where these shows are just going to be more stacked because a lot of these guys aren't even out yet. I don't think Corey Morris
He's
stepped out yet.
He qualified. He did
Did he?
Tokyo and China.
You already qualified.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. I know, but like for like a Bhuwan or a Stephen Cow or like some of these other guys that I've just been seeing that are really, really well known in the division. I mean, there's even more guys. And then who's going to be the guy that makes a name for himself? There's always a guy like that comes out of nowhere that could be in the conversation. Same thing with the guys from China last year.
Brandon Cantaloupes, like people still forgetting about him. Deke Walker still has to qualify
because of relevancy. A guy has an off show or not even an off show, but they don't place where they're expected. And then people write them off. And it's like, okay, whatever. They did it to me last year at Miami.
What's funny, bro? I can't even say the top 10 because I don't even think the top people in the top 10 at the Olympia are considered all-stars. Like Carlos Ocran is not a massive name in men's physique. He's not. That's just a reality. And he's eighth place, right? There's guys who place behind him who have more relevancy and get more notoriety, right? So like you can't even just say that. So like when you really think about it, the top guys are so niche. Like again, you basically even Emmanuel Hunter. somebody who goes way under the radar based
There's
off of
people in the top 5 that don't even get mentioned.
yeah. So like
And
that's to me that's the craziest
I
part.
think he has the least amount of followers in the top 10.
See, like, and that's probably just more for like based off of his personality, even though he's a
Yeah.
fun dude. It's just
It's how he markets, and some guys keep to themselves. There's a few guys like that. Well, who was the guy that was 10th?
um
The foreign guy that
yeah, dude.
he's doing Tampa probably. I don't think
Yeah,
he's that well known either.
he's not, and he should be
And
as
then you
well.
go to his profile, he doesn't have like new stuff that's
Yeah.
posted. I mean, now in today's society, it's not like the bodybuilding back in the 90s to where you got to stay covered up and you only saw like how it looked in a magazine, but it was all doctored up. You wouldn't see these guys unless they did a guest posing, and then they would speculate. Now it's like you have to post, because if you don't, then it's like you're off,
Yeah.
And then with different marketing and coaching and staying up on top of your business, and then having posts like required for brands and stuff, you almost have to now.
Aaron, what would if you had to recommend anybody who is an Olympian, right, trying to still build their name, or even somebody who's a higher level pro and trying to get to the Olympia? Is there any business advice that you would give them to if they want to go all in on bodybuilders, right? You want to be a full-time bodybuilder, what would you do?
Question.
Because I'm telling you, like I say this often, if you want to be a full-time bodybuilder, you can't just be a full-time bodybuilder, right?
You got to find your niche. You got to find your niche, man. You got to find the area where you're going to stand out. Like, yes, I stand out as a bodybuilder, but I also stand out as a father. That's another niche of mine. I also stand out as this crazy motherfucker that's wearing cowboy shit or going
Oh, that
snowboarding or doing X, Y, and Z. I'm just somebody, I'm not one dimensional. I do so many fucking different things to keep me relevant in a sense to where I'm more marketable than a lot of these guys in this industry. And I'm talking about the whole entire industry. You can put me in a movie, you can put me in a commercial, you can put me in a fucking speaking of this what actually happened yesterday. I might be in the fashion show for the Cowboy, the Fountain Blue fashion show, maybe in a couple weeks. You know what I mean? So I will be wearing cowboy shit
Where's
on
that
the
at? Is that by you?
Vegas. It's in
he's gonna be
Vegas.
wearing
Oh,
assless
shit.
chaps. That's what he wants all of us to know.
Can you ride the
That's
scooter
why,
on
that's why
stage?
he's doing that 45 minute cardio.
That Fountain Blue.
But no, man, it's you got to put yourself out there, man. You got to be marketable. You can't just post here and there. Your Instagram, okay, everybody used to, well, I still have it, but if you don't have a LinkedIn, your Instagram right now is your LinkedIn. Like that is your resume to catch eyes for whatever you want in life. Because bro, I'll tell you right now, there's still multiple businesses in my account right now that want me to sign with them
Mhm.
because of what I do outside of bodybuilding. But again, you also gotta say, for instance, for whoever wins this damn Dubai Pro 50,000, if you're not investing that money into that next business opportunity, you're fucked. Like you have to put money elsewhere. I mean, we're opening up the second laser location on Saturday. Like, bro, it's
That's
bro,
dope.
money. You
So
can't
Let the
you
money
cannot
make you
sit
money.
back,
are you saying
bro.
diversify your portfolio? Don't just
You
be
have to. You
one.
can't just be a bodybuilder. I'm telling you that right now. You cannot just be, oh, Aaron Banks, the bodybuilder. I'm here for service. No, that don't
No.
work. It's never gonna work. Trust me,
Well,
it won't work.
Don't let it be your personality. That's what I was talking about earlier. I want to be known for a guy that we could hop on the podcast. People take something from it of value to where it could impact their life in a positive way. You never know, man, especially when I talk about mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. We've all gone through shit. I think, there are a lot of younger kids that I talk to as if they're my younger self. And you never know. You could give them some sort of advice. I know Aaron's taking a lot of picture with like younger kids, and you never know how that's going to influence them. There's a little boy that you got a picture with today that might empower him to, you never know. You could save somebody's life too, talking to somebody. Maybe they're down and out or being bullied or something. You talk to them and you just kind of give them that self-esteem and that confidence boost. And it's like, oh shit, Mr. Olympia told me this. So, he sees something in me, and then it raises that. And they might be using that to kind of get them to the next level, something that they need. And if they didn't have it, you don't know how it would affect them.
Right.
That's a
And that's
perfect
just
example
one
of what
thing
you
for
just
me.
said.
Go ahead. Yeah. And that's just one
Oh,
thing
no,
for
no.
me. Talk about like the kid thing like that. That's the number one thing for me. Like I'm gonna always
I
take a
love it,
picture of
dude.
the kid.
I love
And the
it.
thing is, it's like I know I got my kids, and I know my kids look up to certain people, and hopefully I can get them to meet some of these people that they love or look up to on Instagram or YouTube, you know. But the thing is like every time I see a kid or a kid wants to take a picture of me, the I you can ask any kid that has taken a picture or their parents, they're standing right there. What
Yeah.
I tell that kid, how your grades, what sport do you play?
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up. I don't say it like that, but
Yeah.
and then it's like me. It's like me holding the parents accountable too. And I say, next time I see y'all, moms and dads gonna tell me how those grades are.
And you
Like, bro,
remember too. I always
I
remember with the
remember,
kids. Yeah.
bro. I remember these kids. And the thing is, I've had when my first Olympia, I had a kid come up to me at the O, literally same situation. Can I take a picture of you? Blah blah blah. Took a picture of me. Took a picture with him. And next thing you know, he was at the Arnold. Bro, this kid like grew like so. At first, I didn't
Yeah.
recognize. Like, you don't remember me, but he showed me the picture. I was like, "How your grades?"
Yeah.
He got A's and B's. So I was like, oh, like that. That right there that means more to me than
Yeah.
meeting
That's the
somebody
dad.
else. You
I'm
know,
the same way. I'm the same
that's
way.
my
It's funny
that's
you said
my
that too. I'm the
that's
same
my
way.
thing. That's my thing when it comes to kids, because I was that kid who didn't have the fucking grades.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't want any kid to go down the road and path that I went down, where I was a great fucking athlete, but messed up with the grades.
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I might have, if I had the grades, I might be in the league or something, doing something different. But the thing is I never had that opportunity to do that. So as who I am now, and my impact is making sure that kid gonna have grades. And
Yeah.
again, the kid that I took a picture with, he's a baseball player. And the first thing I said, how many push-ups can you do? What the grades look like.
Yeah.
Period. Mama tell you, like
That's
that's
the
one
dad in
thing
you,
that
bro.
I have to do.
That's
It
the
is
dad.
what.
Chris, what were you going to say that you said related?
Oh, well, what you said about like what your words resonate with other people. So I have a guy
Yeah.
locally here. He had never competed before. He always is in the gym, great shape, whatever. And he went to Derek's, I think it was at MI40, and he talked to Matt Grego. And Matt Grego's like, hey, bro, like, have you ever competed before? You look really good. Like your physique looks amazing. Like you should compete. You should try. Dude, this kid took it to heart. He comes to me, he's like, yo, Matt Grego fucking told me I got potential. He's like, I'm doing it. This dude goes, gets on Chat GBT, has Chat GBT start coaching him. He's 13 weeks in. He's already shredded. Like Chat GBT is like, I don't know, it's like a concentration camp coach, bro. Because this guy is healed already. And he's about to do a show in 10 weeks. And it's all from Matt Grego basically saying, hey, you got good
See?
structure.
Yeah.
Yep. And now he's in it.
Never know. You never know, bro.
That's how I
You never
was
know
too when
the
I was
impact that you're
younger. I
gonna
mean,
have.
I love it, man.
it's crazy. I love it too. That's why I do this shit. You know, it's,
The
you never know
impact,
like your
bro,
words. I don't view
different.
myself as anything, but some of these kids do. So if I tell them something like that guy who's, you know, he's an Olympian and he's telling me, or he sees something in me. And I know you guys are probably the same way. If I talk to somebody for a minute, I can know what trajectory they're heading in. I know like if they're serious or not. Like when a kid really just like shuts up and just kind of soaks it all in, and you could tell, not like shuts up, but let's say it's a 20-year-old kid. I could tell if they're going to listen or not just by the way that they're talking to me. I could tell. You could tell, like, I look at them and I'm like, you remind me a lot of myself. Like, and it's always the kid that was in football or super competitive or had adversities or was bullied or something, like, and has something to prove, not only to the people that doubt him, but himself. You got to do this for yourself.
I couldn't agree more.
But like I said, man, at the end of the day, you just never know the impact you're gonna have. Like, and again, it's one kid that really just hit my heart was the guy that I have, the kid that I have saved on my pinned on my page. Bro, when that
Yeah.
kid, the dad messaged me. He actually a really good guy, and now I follow him and follow their whole journey. But like he messaged me, he was like, "Bro, you're in Florida. We're 4 hours away, man. Do you think I can drive up there, man, and surprise my son with meeting you?" I said, "Bro, come, like just come meet me at my hotel." And literally, bro, he came, and then walked downstairs. I wasn't even gonna give him my hat. That was actually my personal hat. And
Yeah.
but he was like, I had a picture of you to sign. So I signed a picture, but I gave him my hat. And when that kid started to cry, bro, and this kid is like, he loves me. Like
Yeah.
love. So I mean, you know, he has multiple guys in his room. He has Kyron, he has Brandon, he has a lot of guys
Yeah.
that up to, you know. But like I said, you never know the impact of what what you're getting yourself into with the adults, the parents alone, and then just the kid that age, bro, to have the passion and just be so emotional about somebody he just met. That, bro, I don't consider
That's
myself a
not common.
celebrity,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. But to have, that's a good feeling to have, that
Mhm.
I'm doing that to this world and this being what I am in this industry.
You did the
That
posing with them too.
yeah, like he was like, man, I got the pose. I said, yeah, I got the pose it down too.
Yeah,
And the
that's
thing
cool,
is,
man.
like, man,
Get your pose. Let's
it's
go.
it's a surreal thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm a baby when it comes to kids. Now, I've been, my mom ran daycares and had in-home daycares all my life, so kids gravitate towards me, you know. And the thing is, man, I got my own kids, so I know what kids go through. I've
Yeah.
seen kids without parents. I've seen kids get raised by grandparents. I've seen kids just through the system X, Y, and Z because of my mom, you know. So I know, and I can connect with kids in a great way, and that's why I impact the kids that I impact.
Yeah,
Love
bro.
to see it, man. Love to
Part of your
see it.
why. It's a part of your why, and you can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facts,
it's
facts.
you, it's your father figure-ness coming out, even just what
Yeah,
the kids mean to us.
seriously,
You know,
seriously.
so I love it. All right, let's talk about the World Classic. So this is the first time this pro show is added to Junior Nationals. So it's a pretty big show. Chris, you're going. Aaron's going. Drew, we'll miss you. But this, I'm telling you, is going to with the line.
This a big show. The lineup is
Hey, who's
crazy.
judging this? Who's the head judge of this?
I don't know.
I thought it was Tyler because I don't know who's doing.
Mhm.
I think Steve is doing Dubai, right? Or is Tyler going to Dubai too?
I think Tyler's
I would assume he
Tyler
would.
by. I don't know. They didn't
Well,
put
I'm
it.
only asking because it's going to determine my prediction on
I
this.
agree. I agree. I
I
wanted
know.
to too.
But here's the
Can
thing.
Sandy judge this?
I don't think she can. So it has to be
You
either
can't.
Tyler or Fit Pro Becky.
Oh, I think it is
That's
Becky.
Becky.
It is
I
Becky.
think it's Becky.
It is
Yep.
Becky. I saw her comment something about that.
She
Okay.
did Miami last, right?
Yeah. Okay. So for the Drew, you just stepped off stage. No, Becky didn't do that show. You judged. She judged it last year. You've been in front of Becky before. You've won in front of Becky before. You lost in front of Becky before. With
Yeah.
that being said, what do you think Becky looks for when it comes to judging athletes? Like, what's her?
Well, obviously the shape, but it's peak. A lot of it's peak.
She's a structure
Yeah.
gal.
I think she's structured.
Yeah.
100%.
She loves my shape. I know she does. Every time I see her, you know, she's just, you look great. And she's very active on Instagram too. You know, she's always congratulating. She's always, you know, telling you how you look, how much fuller you are. Fullness is a problem for me. Fullness was a problem last year, especially when I was in front of her at Optimum and then going into Miami. And then when she saw me again in Toronto, and she just immediately told me she's like, so much fuller. I knew it was in you, like before, like you were just flat, but she knows what flat and full is. And she also doesn't forget how you've looked in the past if you showed her a better package. So she's very, I would say when you ask Becky for feedback, she's a little bit more intricate than Steve and Tyler. And she goes into detail and she spends the time because she loves the sport. Not saying that the other guys don't love the sport, but it's more very blunt and to the point. Like if it's need more size, need more back, she'll tell you, okay, well, when you face the curtain, your back was flat, you were cross-strated head to toe, but you needed to fill out, like it could be the weight cap. She'll kind of like go into it with you. And that's the thing that I like about her.
Yeah. So with that in mind, let's read through the list. So we have Dustin Alvis. And the one thing about Dustin that I also wanted to add, Chris and I were briefly talking about it. He's traveling, from my understanding, from Chattanooga to Georgia because the shows are separated by a day. So I think he's going to compete twice in one weekend.
I saw him on both lists.
It's a couple of those.
Yeah.
It's a couple of those guys.
Ashley Kaltwasser.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, Ashley's doing it too?
No, I said that's what Ashley Kaltwasser would do. She'd like do a show and then fly out and do Vancouver and win them back to back in a day.
Yep.
All right, guys. Look at this lineup though. Like who you got. I'm just gonna name a couple people that have been in recent shows are pretty much heavy hitters. You got Dustin Alvis, you got Anik, you got Ruben, you got Juan, you got Josh, you got Joseph Lee. I'm gonna say Miles Mann. He's got great.
Miles looks fucking crazy.
You got Stan.
Bruh.
Stan. Okay.
AJ
you got Harrison, baby. You got Garrison. I mean, dude, this
Hold on.
is
Mario Stewart.
Mario Stewart. AJ is making his pro debut. He won nationals overall a few years back. Kyler Crawford, we cannot forget about
Oh,
him.
I skipped over Kyler. Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, like I'm looking
I'm
at this.
gonna give y'all my win right now though.
All right, so before we go on, I think this is a show we might be able to do a top 5, but
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I'm curious.
Easily.
All right, so with that, Aaron, do you want to go off your top 5 or do you just want to say your winner right now?
I'm just gonna get my winner, Juan Gochez.
Oh,
shit. All right.
Hey, I don't got that. I don't got that.
Okay. Drew?
I don't know
here. I don't know who my winner is. I'll be honest with you. I asked you guys to look at this list and I looked at it and I was like, I don't know.
Give me a minute. Skip over me. I'm writing them down. I'm
All right, I'll go with
balancing them out.
Well, let me just go number 2. I'm gonna go Ruben.
Okay, Ruben he's looking good.
Number 3, I'm gonna go Josh Guidry.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Dustin Alvarez or Alvis.
Yep. Oh, no Mario Stewart?
Oh,
I
that's
know.
hard.
I know. I can see like a Dustin and a Mario.
Oh, I'm a switch. I'm gonna go Mario then. Damn, because I don't even got a Nick in there.
I
Don't forget Stan too.
Fuck.
This is hard, bro. If you're
That's
watching,
what I'm saying.
I got 7 right now written down.
I'm gonna go Mario. I'm gonna go Mario, Dustin, Anik, Joseph Lee.
But how do you? Oh, okay.
Hold on. So just so that people understand, say it again. Your winner is
Juan Gochez.
second place is
Ruben Glass.
all right. Third,
I'm gonna go Josh Guidry.
all right, and then fourth. That's where you said Mario.
Mario, Dustin, Anik, and then
any one of those guys can beat any one of those guys. 100%.
Absolutely.
Anyone.
100%.
Yeah,
That
this
is
is a hard one, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you right now who has the best structure. We're standing in front of
it's Juan Gochez. Juan Gochez, 100%. But I'm telling you this right now. I love Juan, bro. Conditioning wise, if he even just a little tighter than he was his last show, it's gonna be hard to beat him. Because he looks
and he's gonna be tighter. His coach knows what he's doing. Sebastian, same thing with Victor Ramirez. He gets guys not only consistent, but they're getting better each show. Especially with the posing down now, he's going to be able to just show it. And I mean, forgot Miles, bro. Fuck.
And I forgot Miles too, but I know Miles he hasn't did a show this year, but I do have really high hopes for Miles, and I want Miles to be in top 5, 100%. But I just can't put him there with these guys have been running the circuit already and been popping.
And Mario Stewart is dropping updates that look 10 times better than when he played fucking second.
Yes.
Better.
So I noticed
the thing is that's why the show is even more exciting because of, bro, these guys are bringing shit like heat. All heat.
Where do you think, let me ask you, Chris, Garrison, what's the best case scenario for him? A pro debut?
I just asked him for his updates before my prediction. So I just saw his current update from this morning. My prediction, he'll be 10 through 13, 14.
Really?
In that 10 to 14th place there.
All right. I think, listen,
which isn't bad in this lineup, to be honest with you.
No, that's
not bad, but there are a lot of guys that are closer in comparison at the level that they're at this show. I feel like there's a lot of guys that are all like knocking on that door for the qual.
Exactly. And bro, we still got Kyler Crawford. We still got bro. This shit is crazy.
It's very deep show.
You got Mike Wynn is also a bigger, taller guy too that got a good look.
Let me ask you this, Aaron. Garrison versus Miles.
I don't know who that is.
He's a guy we talked about who turned pro at Junior USA's like 2 episodes ago here.
And you said he had no shot at a small show.
Is that the little black dude?
Yeah.
That's a way to describe him. But yeah.
Oh, Miles is destroying him. Get the fuck out of here. Bro, what? Are you crazy? No.
This dude does have he has a lot of potential, though, I'm telling you.
No. Have you seen Chris? Have you seen Miles?
I got
You
Miles's
see
updates
Miles.
the other day. Miles is light
Bruh.
years ahead of last year, and last year he was
Bro,
still, I think, in
he
the
would
top 7.
destroy
Miles has
this
very
dude.
little weaknesses. Very
Bro,
little.
Bro, look at I just posed Miles.
all right, let's see Miles real quick.
Bro, Miles looks dumb for a white boy that's 5'10" and that full and bubbly.
I got Miles.
Fuck
I
outta
got
here,
Miles
bro.
4.
4?
I
Yeah,
got
I
Miles
have him
4.
fifth. I have him
Shit.
fifth.
Oh,
Bro, he's men's physique. He's tapered.
The
His
thing
back.
is, I want Miles high too. I want him high, but these guys have been peaking and getting better show by show right now. We have to see what Miles brings. But from the look of like I said, I just posed Miles. Miles could be the sleeper and win this fucking show. That's how good he looks.
oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm giving him the placing I
But
have him because I
I'm not
truly
gonna
think
be
he can pop out here.
Absolutely. But the thing is, this is what I want Miles to hear.
Come on,
I
Miles.
want him to hear that I don't have him in any of that call out for him to bring that. I know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
I know he works. I know he works hard.
I can see Garrison in the top 8, though. I can.
Oh, I can see it. I can see that happening.
You're smoking crack.
No, he's not beating Joseph Lee.
No,
What?
dude? Come on, not in this.
I forgot about
Bro, be
Joseph Lee. I forgot about him, too.
Bro,
Dude, it's so crazy,
sleep.
man. This
Y'all better
lineup's
wake the
insane.
hell up.
Bro, I
All
forgot.
right, I
You
got
sweat
my
the
five.
guys on
I
this
got my
list,
five.
bro.
All right,
All
all
right,
right,
so-
all right, all right. Do your thing, Chris.
I'm going Dustin Alves first.
For the win?
Look on Dustin. Look on Dustin. Let me see.
That's
Is
what
this the
I
I
want.
don't think he
light-skinned
has
dude?
anything
You
new.
know Dustin. This dude has been like
Bro, you know
second,
Dustin.
third. You know
Tall,
Dustin.
light-skinned guy?
Yeah, I
No.
don't know if he's tall, but he's light.
Light skin?
He is.
Is he? I'm
Actually,
colorblind, bro. Don't make fun of me.
he's not dark. This was Dustin.
No, he's not winning. He's not beating fucking Warren. You're crazy.
Oh yeah.
Stop it.
Yep.
No
Yep.
way.
That's my guy.
You talk to Ben too much.
I got. What'd you say?
Says
So you talk to Ben too much.
I haven't talked to Ben like a very long time. All right.
All right,
So
go.
I got Ruben second.
Okay.
I got Stan third. I'm going with the small guy.
Bro,
baby.
what? What?
Yep.
Bro,
Stan.
Shut up. Then
I forgot
Juan
Stan was
fourth.
in this shit too. Shit.
Juan fourth. And then I got I'm
Fucking-
gonna go with my boy Miles fifth.
Stan who?
Stan him,
Stan,
bro.
Don. Stan.
Stan,
Stan.
baby.
Sarmiento.
Oh, I forget his name on the. Yeah,
I know it throws
John.
me off too. It throws me off.
Yeah. Oh man, you just fucked up.
Bro,
my
this-
whole- I'm
this-
doing a top 5. Never mind. I'm doing
This
a top 5.
lineup is making me sweat.
Yeah, bro.
I know.
Oh,
That
That's
shit
and
is
the total
crazy.
opposite of you guys.
Aaron's gonna be presenting the award too at the end, and
Ah,
I'm gonna look
I
at.
am.
Are you there for Manifest?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I
I'm
figured.
presenting in a damn suit too. So y'all better
Yo, Drew,
Somebody
fly
know.
out, bro. Come hang out.
Bro, we're all gonna
Bro.
be there.
pull up.
Come on, Drew. Last minute trip. I'll pay half.
Pull up, bro.
Where's it at?
Use
That
that
is
buy
big
your dinner.
money.
Drew, I'll
Where's
pay
it
half,
at?
bro. Fly out. It's in Chattanooga this weekend.
You know they take big Bitcoin.
Come on.
Hey.
He's a crypto king.
All right, I'll let you know after
All
we
right.
get off the podcast. I'll talk it over with the
Yeah.
wifey.
Yeah,
Peer
bring,
pressure, baby.
yeah, because Megan's gonna come too, so it'll be nice. All
Oh,
right.
shit.
Yeah,
My girl will be there too.
there you go.
Yeah, let me talk to her about it.
All right,
We'll
cool.
do that.
I'm not paying half.
Since I'm in this little window of being able to fuck off a little bit.
yeah, bro.
Hopefully, well,
we're gonna IHOP late night. All right,
No, we ain't doing IHOP, but we can go do sushi or steak.
Hey, I'm down for that.
I'm
Yeah.
down for that too.
you guys are very convincing. If you told me to jump off a bridge, I probably would.
Well,
All right.
while we're on the subject.
Brew, top 5. This is a good show.
All
man.
right, so 5th, I got Mario Stewart. 4th, I got Miles. 3rd, I got Dustin Alves. 2nd, Ruben. 1st, Juan. Juan with his posing and just
Mhm.
as crisp as he's getting each and every show, and knowing how his coach brings in his guys,
Are people,
I feel like it's going to be an easy win for him.
are people sleeping on Josh?
Oh, get you?
Josh to me has
him
a
third.
good look. He definitely looks a lot more mainstream, but still with his arms and his shoulders, it doesn't look men's physique, and especially with the lineups that I've been seeing this entire year.
No. I'm gonna tell you who Josh reminds me of. You talking about arms and shoulders? Who does Josh remind you of? With just looking at him,
I'm just trying to think. Yeah.
you know. You know.
Big ass arms. I'm trying to think.
Jeremy Buendia.
Oh, we're not even talking about big ass arms. We're just talking about the shorter arm look of, and then this torso.
Buendia.
Ali,
No,
Oh.
Ali.
yeah, his arms.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. The shorter
You know what I'm
arm.
saying?
No,
It's
Ali
the shorter
still
arm.
has the ball and socket with his shoulders, and I think Ali's just it's hard, man. Maybe like a silhouette. Maybe a silhouette.
No,
I'll give you that.
He has like a Ali Bilal type front.
Well, that's.
I'm not saying the conditioning right now, but I'm just saying like he has from the arms. He don't have long arms. His arms are so damn big, you know what I mean? But he's still gonna
He
make
needs
the
to
weight.
twist more too with that hand on hip because it makes it look like he's hiding that shoulder, is taken away from his taper.
No,
Right.
I think people are sleeping.
He's got a crazy good chest. It just in this lineup, I think he's going to be like the outcast. You know, it's just he definitely downsized the arms too, but it kind of looks like even everything kind of downsized, so he's not popping.
I think this, but can you
he's
agree
flat.
that this is shaping up to be the?
Oh, we're talking about he's flat as shit right now.
Yeah, no, I know, but it almost still, even when he's flat, like you could still tell that just overall, like he's still like doesn't
that's
have the
thing.
balance.
We're talking about your coach. The thing is, he might be flat, but he finna push the shit out of that skin. As soon as he puts them carbs
Still, but those arms are gonna blow up when you fill them out because they're still big flat.
Yeah, true.
We can agree.
He's got a dope look.
See.
I'm just saying in this lineup, you know, I actually have him sixth, but you know, he could prove me wrong. You know, I always been a fan of Josh, and this is just, I always got to throw this as a disclaimer. It's nothing personal to anybody, and we always follow back up. And if I'm ever wrong, I'm going to be the first one to say it, you know?
Listen, and just to be fully transparent, I'd be happy if he won, obviously. All right. We brought him
Oh,
on.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, any of these guys, they've all been knocking at the door for how long, bro? You look at Dustin, he's got like 22nd places. You look at who else you got on here? Like Kyler's done a lot of shows here. Ruben has been close.
This year?
Yeah.
This year, yes.
Is it his
He ain't
first?
winning. He's not winning.
Why is he always taking my pick and talking shit?
Dustin is a guy who gets better with shows, though. Like he is.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's talking shit?
I said, Aaron always, every time I take a pick, he's like, you dumb ass. I'm
I'm just being realistic. Like we know how certain people peak and how certain people get better or whatnot. That's just like saying, like, who can go do a one and done show? There's not very many, bro.
Yeah.
There's not very many.
Talk your shit, Drew. Talk your shit.
So what?
He said there's not many people who could do a one and done show.
Hey, you know, anybody that, you know, I said what show I was doing. So if somebody was going to smoke me, they could have done it.
Lucky. Hey, he's just lucky that George Brown didn't show up.
Oh God.
Yeah, man, I got no comment on that. You know, we could all, you know,
there's no.
He has his opinion, and he can believe in himself. And I'm happy he has that energy.
No need.
Yeah.
No need.
You're right, bro.
I'm sorry. I had to.
You're right. No, you're good. You're good,
I held it in for an hour and a half. So
yeah, no, George. I always liked George. You know, he's a good guy. You know, I never had a problem with him. I know he stirs the pot and all that, but great to believe in yourself. I mean, I got no comment on it.
It's always been his personality, man. Like no matter.
No, I get it. We've had him on here, and he's very, he's still authentic. You know, even though he says some stuff, if he believes that, then he can believe that. But he didn't do the show, and I won it.
Yeah.
That boy looked. How tall is this guy? He looks
not
short.
tall. He's
My buddy Jordan did this show, and he was fifth. He said that he's short.
Yeah,
because I asked him, he has like more of the. I wouldn't say stumpy, but he's like just really dense, and he does have a block your waist, but the way that he angles it, it just flows really well.
I think he's a small waist for his small structure, right? So like we talked about that, where he's not doesn't have.
Boy, wait. Boy, if you don't get some different board shorts.
We got him, Aaron. We got him. He reached out.
Use my code Chula. It's most shredded.
No, ain't nobody using that.
I'm just letting you know. Hey, there's a lot of people that use it. All these, the guy that won his pro card in Toronto was in my shorts, and then another guy that just won a show this weekend was in my shorts. I'm like, I think it's something to do with the shorts.
Drew,
telling you what,
I will push your shorts because you're my boy. Your shorts look great. I think your Chula shorts are the best.
Oh, those look good though.
I think
they don't look bad. Manifest.
I try to get them to match the backdrop because I knew the stage. I've been working on them with her for 6 months, and I'll say like I wanted to do a theme, like, and I grew up watching Hellboy. I thought it was the most badass thing I ever seen. He was jacked. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do something that's themed a little different. I know Ariel's just kind of like, I'm not a fan of flames and all that. You know, it's kind of gay. I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter. He always tells me how it is, but
Always.
I'm like with the lava and the fire and just the red, it was so sharp and it's seamless on the side. So when I hit that side pose, I was just thinking about it, match the backdrop with the city, and it looked really dope. I really like them. And they look even better in person.
Yeah. When it comes to shorts, obviously,
look at that backdrop with those shorts. You can't tell me that they don't match perfectly.
What am I doing? First thing I saw was my mom in the comments. Yeah. Bro, my mom loves you, bro. Look, my mom.
Yeah.
My mom loves you.
No, your parents, your dad messaged me too. It's awesome, bro. I like how invested they are.
She comments like she's like she's a parent. You know what I mean? Like
she is. I remember signing the photo and I said, "Shout out to my to Mama T." I signed it, and I'm like, you put this somewhere safe,
bro. Your shorts were fire, literally and figuratively. All right. Let's do this.
Told Chula I was gonna bring it up. She goes, "Do they ever, talk about their shirts?" I go, "Yeah, but it's like subtle. It's not like to push it." But I'm like, from the manifest guys that say that they look good, I mean, that's when you know they look good.
Listen, anybody looking at this, if you don't wear manifest, wear Drew's shorts. I'm just gonna leave it. But don't wear any.
And if you don't wear mine,
we'll support Drew. We'll support Drew.
We'll support Drew. I will say this though. Full transparency, I believe your shorts that you wore for Miami were the best ones you've ever worn. I love
Miami Vice.
I like those.
Miami Vice.
I tried to buy those ones.
Fucking love.
Oh yeah. What size are you, Chris?
Well, I have to buy like 3 different sizes, anywhere from 27 to 30, depending on how we fill up or how clean I get.
27 to 30.
I'll send you a pair. I'll send you a pair.
Show you 2 different pictures on my profile of me like full blown maxed out, and then versus
I'm gonna send you a 30 just because I expect you to fill out and be big because you can't be a 27 at your body weight.
Good fact.
That's crazy. It's insane.
Yeah. You see how like there's little color pop that matches the backdrop?
Mine is 28 at my body weight.
Yeah,
Alex, when I did Mile High in 23, I also matched the backdrop. I don't know if you remember that, but I would look at the previous poster from the previous year and I matched it. It was like white with the pink, and I always try to do that because he matched them too. Yeah, was that the Miami ones? They're called the Miami ones.
Hey, Aaron, you'll get a kick out of this. So I sent CUTZ my short size before Universe last year, and it was like a 29. You know how I told you, like, he doesn't give you compliments. He goes, "Oh, well, Aaron's a 28." That's what he sent back to me. I go, I was like, "I'm proud I'm a 29." And he goes, "Aaron's a 28." I'm like, "Cool, dude. Thanks."
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
All right. Before we get out of here, the World Classic took up the majority of the time for a good reason. It's impressive. The one thing like I said, I wanted to point out was it's wild that I see Dustin. And yeah, you're right. There are a few guys on here who are literally driving to and from what is it? Chattanooga all the way to where is it? Georgia?
It's nationals too, right?
Yeah, it's nationals too. So
I keep forgetting that because it's the first show. And Sandy's promoting, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'll get you some tickets. But
I just messaged Maria. She's downstairs. I'm like, you want to go to Tennessee for a day and a half?
Well, tell her to come up. She's an honorary guest on the podcast. Bring her up here, man. All right.
She's like, I'm in my pajamas.
Let's run through these other top 6s or top 5.
We'll just do Dubai and then we'll wrap it up here. But with you winning the show,
we're not gonna do I want to do Body B1. You got some hitters in there, bro.
We'll do both then. Let's just speed through.
Where do you got to go? You got a hot date or something?
He ain't got to go nowhere. Quit trying to rush us today. We chilling.
I get this once a week, bro. Let me enjoy it. This is what we do.
All right, Aaron. Then you got to look at this list with you having previously won. There was a comment saying that it's wide open now that Aaron Banks is not doing the show. So I wanted to get your opinion on who you think is gonna place.
It's gonna be between Darko and Ahmad Shakri.
Really? All right, just so y'all know, and we're gonna circle back here next
You
week.
said who? Ahmad Shakri and who?
Jeffrey
Darko.
Darko.
For Dubai? Let's see here.
It does depend who's judging.
Because they're the only. It's Steve.
Jeffrey's got a freaky look, bro.
Steve, like,
That dude's fucking crazy in person too.
Bro, we're talking about, but when we're talking about a complete physique, dominance from chest from both of them, dominance from and complete from the back from both of them.
you know my
Who
problem,
cares?
bro?
I get what's it called? He has crazy the guy who plays second to me. What's his name?
Starts with an M. I know you're talking about. I'll pull him up real
Get his
quick.
name, but he played second last year. The thing is, like, yes, his conditioning is there, but
Tim, yeah.
bro,
Russian.
the back. Look up Ahmad Shakri right now,
Yeah, he was on my live the other day, and he was.
MJ Pro.
Oh,
I went to his
beautiful.
profile. He looks dope, bro.
bro. Like, come on.
Chicago Pro last year. I will tell you what. When he came out, I had him winning.
He looks
But
fucking.
not in a
if he-
physique sense, but as far as his conditioning and how
If
polished he was so
peaks
hard, bro.
and poses right, it's him and Darko.
Yo,
I don't see anybody
people forget how young this dude is. He's like 25.
Remember whenever they posted him for the first
27.
time and he was like 19 and just maxed out?
Bro, like that boy
wild.
looked good.
All
Hey,
right,
go back to that. Go to MJ Pro.
I
right
forgot he was on the list. Yeah, I got a MJ.
MJ,
He's got a crazy good look when he's
Yes,
on though, and I'm curious to see how he kind of has the Drew effect. His front is so dominant. I would say he has probably top 10 front as well in the league.
I agree.
But his back definitely lags behind the
I
front.
don't
It's not
know
that he
what
doesn't have a back; it just lags a little bit, especially when he's next to a Banks and Carlos Okran. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
All right.
but
You
he's
guys
got a
ready?
dope look.
All right. So give your predictions. And keep in mind, Jeffrey Darko isn't on this poster.
So I'm gonna go.
I'll go back to the list.
It's hard because
It
again,
is hard. It's wide open.
if
What's the Indian guy's name?
Amit.
if Shakri comes conditioned and don't freaking spill, it's over.
I agree with you. I think
Especially with
Over.
Steve on the panel. Steve likes the size,
Over.
the fullness. Yeah.
that's why I'm saying that.
If he get on stage and he's peeled and he's balanced from the fullness and not over 8 or do, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now that's a scary dude to compete with. He's taller, he's full as hell, his conditioning is paper thin, bro. It's him. It's him or Darko. So I'm gonna go him, Darko, MJ.
Hopeless.
Swear to God, you keep moving off that list, Alex.
I'm trying to show you all visuals.
I'm gonna go.
No, I
Amit.
know.
I'm gonna go Amit. The tall dude that just Mateus.
Yep.
No, I'm gonna go Mateus because again we
That's
got
what I
tall
thought.
guys in this lineup. So I'm gonna go Mateus and Meek, then Elton. Because Elton probably is the only one who don't have a back in this lineup.
I don't think he doesn't have. Yeah.
What's his name?
No.
Anit or Amit?
Amit.
AMIT or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I think you're right. I'm gonna go with Ahmad for the win, and then I actually have Mateus second, and then I have what's his name?
Darko.
MJ.
Oh, I forgot about Mateus.
Yeah.
I can't recognize him with the short hair.
Yeah.
Are y'all pushing Darko out?
I have the only I
He
love
just
it.
won.
Only reason I don't have him, yeah, but he didn't win it, and it wasn't like a crazy lineup. And granted, it was his first show, so he's likely going to get better. I just like his posing to me. It's the only thing. If he can fix
His posing has always been horrible, but guess what?
I
Is he a
know,
multi-time Olympian? Yes or no?
I get it.
Okay. And he's beaten a lot of these UK guys a lot.
I'm going to give him.
Trust me.
We didn't talk
That's
about
just like City. City can't pose for shit, but he done whooped all they ass before.
and it says
Come
a
on,
lot.
bro.
And I still think City is a better poser than Jeffrey.
No.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I love. It just looks uncomfortable. I don't know how else to put it. Like he's one of those guys that I want to see succeed. Because he's such a good guy. But like, it's just there's a lot of like uncomfortability in the shot. I think. Oh shit! Looking at this, he does look fucking crazy though.
I have the
Bro,
Nigerian beating him.
But he's tall too.
There's
And he
no
just
way,
comes to
bro. He's
life on
going
stage.
to This is going to be a tall boys game at
Yeah,
the
you're
Dubai.
forgetting Adesanya or whatever. Go back to the list.
Oh, dude, you're right. I don't know. All right. I
It's
think,
a tall man's game at this Dubai.
He works
card.
with Ariel, right?
Yeah.
yeah, he does. He does. That's a good point.
He needs to fix his posing.
Bad. Okay, Aaron, I think you're right. I'm gonna put him in third. I'm not gonna put him. You're right. I almost had him out of the top five, but I have him at third. I have Philip the G on here too, like another former Olympian. This is hard. I think I got a meat coming in at fourth, and then Elton coming in at fifth, or swapping those two actually.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, you got yours?
I have the same thing as Aaron, but for fifth, I have the Adeyemi guy from Nigeria.
What's
Chris,
that?
you do yours?
You can check it out on his Instagram. He's a tall guy too. He's been to the O.
Oh, Yems is doing it. Bro, he won the Dubai 2 years ago.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Never mind.
Wait,
Never
go
mind.
Bro, oh my God.
How
bro.
tall is he? It says tallest.
Bro, he's
Bro,
6'5".
like six. Yeah,
He's
he's
6'5",
6'5".
6'6".
So I told y'all this is what I'm talking
I
about.
thought there was another pro that was like 6'10". Some
Okay.
black dude.
I might have to redo it, but I'm still gonna go with my shot.
Glad I can tell you guys about my boy.
Bro,
No, that's
he was
dog.
doing
I totally forgot
shit.
about him.
How you can not
But
put on the poster? He like won Dubai.
I gotta
2
put
years
him
ago.
in place of Elton.
Bro, he's improved a lot.
He looks big,
He's good.
man.
His back has come up a lot.
Oh, there's
Like,
no way. There's no way.
What's his name?
Let me see.
Yem.
Adeyemi.
Yems. Yeah, I just call him Yems. Pause. I don't know why I had to say that, but he's been to the Olympia 3 times. He's just
Damn.
You're not wrong. Fuck. I could see a world where he wins it.
No, that's a whole.
That's what I
it's gonna be-
originally had.
Okay,
but
now I'm gonna say between Ahmad Shakri and him.
Yeah, I
Go
agree.
to that third picture of him with his hand up. I want to see what he looks like here.
Oh, bro, this
That's
dude.
not the best photo. Yeah, I wanted to see. Yeah, that's
Bro,
physique, bro. When I think of physique,
he's
I think
wide.
him down, baby.
He's wide as shit.
Yeah, he's so wide.
this is tough.
And like I said, there's a lot of tall people, so it's going to look good.
And keep in
whenever
mind,
His
you have a
shape,
tall guy.
his shape is it's between him and Ahmad.
he won Dubai 2 years ago.
Which mine, yeah.
Look, I think he was like, this was before he was on like crazy gear. He was one of those guys who was naturals for a long time. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. Shit, I forgot. This was the year when Dubai had like 50 dudes in the lineup.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oof.
All right. I got Ahmad first, Yem second, and then Mateus nearly.
Just move all my people back and put.
Yeah.
That's why I gotta write this shit down.
I didn't even see the name on the list.
Yeah.
Drew.
Fifth, MJ. Fourth, Ahmad. Third, Mateus. Yemi second. Jeffrey Darko first. If he nails the posing.
All right.
But like Jeffrey has a very high ceiling and a very low floor.
I'm gonna tell
Or whatever the hell you say. So you got to give these guys their flowers.
They all
I
boys,
fucking love
right?
Drew.
They all used to be coached by the same guy. I think Titan CUTZ or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's a
But
good coach.
I don't think Jeffrey has beaten. Well, yes, I think they swapped back and forth in a couple of those UK shows.
Has he beat Mateus?
He beat him, yeah. He got qualified beating Mateus.
Right. I remember.
Oh,
I remember we covered it last year.
Is this the show that Shun qualifies? Oh no, Ricardo's here. Shit.
Nope.
That was what I was saying because I'll tell you what, when I seen Shun in person, he is a smaller guy. I think his weight cap's like 184. I will say he has a very pleasing balanced physique. His abs are very symmetrical, full chest. He just does way too much when it comes to posing. He hits like 5 or 6 different front shots. He's moving around so much. And when you see somebody move around, it's almost like nerves and it looks like a lack of confidence, like excitement.
Yeah.
And, you guys watched the stream. I didn't move. I was like a statue. He moves around so much that it's constantly changing. And every photo that was posted, he was always like in a different pose. I think his left hand on hip with his kind of angular looked the absolute best, and he needs to stick with that. Like the both hands on hip Superman pose, I don't think it does him the most justice. But I think he could definitely edge out Ricardo. Ricardo is, I think, digressing slightly each and every show that he's doing. He's peeled beyond belief, but the problem is when you're that peeled, you know that probably a lot of orals and stuff that your body's kind of getting used to. So then you got to bump it more to get that same effect. But he's starting to get that flat effect to where his chest, especially, Shun has the chest. He has a nice full chest, you know. See how he's moving around a lot and angling? I'd like to see him come out and just stick and go a little bit slower. Don't look down and just be more gradual and just hold that pose. And I think it would be his show.
I think there's opportunity. I don't think it's a clear winner, but
no, definitely not clear.
Because you got to understand, Ruben just beat both of them, right?
Yep.
And Ruben's driving, right?
Ruben is just beating what?
Who did Ruben just beat?
Ruben beat Shun at Legion.
Right.
And I believe, did he beat Ricardo?
No, he didn't beat Ricardo. No.
Ricardo was at what show?
New York. They both did New York.
Yeah. Ricardo was 4th in New York. Ruben was 6th behind Victor Ramirez, I believe.
Yep.
But again, you just said Carlos.
Ruben's getting tighter.
Ruben is definitely getting better. All right.
And
Ricardo is digressing slightly. Because, dude, Ricardo's the most peeled guy in this lineup by far.
Yeah.
And
so,
the thing is, when you're peeled, it's hard to maintain that, especially like Deke Walker. When he was peeled, he hit at Miami. He still looked amazing. And I always use him as an example because he only hit that once. And he slowly started losing that fullness as he competed, like almost looking weathered a little bit. And it's the same thing with Ricardo, I'm noticing.
So I'll go with Dustin to win this show.
Really?
That's shit.
Jacquez Lewis. Why does that sound familiar?
Mr. Reps.
Oh, shit.
He's got a good look, but when I think of balance, especially in this lineup,
the thing is, he has the men's physique look.
He's big. He's a big dude. I think he's like 220.
I can never find this shit, bro. There he is.
Damn.
Yeah.
What show he was in those conversations lately,
He was
right?
just in a conversation a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he did. I forgot what he did. With Mario Stewart, he was in the lineup. I think he was like 3rd.
Yeah,
he's always in the mix. Don't hit the most muscular, bro. We see it. You're the most muscular. Don't hit the most muscular. It's men's physique.
We see it.
He hits his angles really well, and I like the way that he poses. But stuff like this, like don't do the Josh Guidry back pose. Just hit it.
Yeah.
Take it from me. I do a lot of simple posing, but I try to not show the judges anything more because then it's being deducted with what Sandy said. The longer you're on stage, the more they're going to kind of pick you apart.
All right. I got Ricardo for the win. I think it's going to be between Dustin and Shun. I'm gonna say Shun because I haven't seen Dustin yet, but Dustin could definitely jump him, mainly because of the back. But I'll have Dustin coming in 3rd. Oh fuck, Ruben. Okay, hold on. Ricardo 1st, Ruben 2nd, Shun 3rd, Dustin 4th. And 5th place.
Who's judging the show?
That's a good question. I don't know. Oh, wait. Sean T is doing the show.
I competed with him at Universe
last year. Right. Yeah. This guy. He's very flamboyant.
Yes, he is.
Not a bad thing, but it's just very, very.
Yes, I didn't know he was gay until I did the show. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Really?
Swear, never knew.
No.
By the way, he posed.
I didn't follow him or nothing. I just
By the way,
y'all don't know him from programs.
Oh yeah, P90X.
Well, my dad was doing it in the living room. That's the only time I ever saw him.
Bro, Insanity.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah, like
bro, he's a legend.
And bro is papered up. Like
paper. Yeah. All right, Drew, go.
Shun 1, Ricardo 2, Benny 3. Let me see here. 4, I'm going to put Dustin. And the only reason is I feel like Dustin has a great look, right? There's just a lot of things that are missing for me in his physique. I think his chest could be fuller. His back is so good that it has the opposite effect of me. Good front, back lags. I think his back is so good that when he turns around, it doesn't match up as much. I could be wrong. Ben's going to be in my DM telling me I'm crazy, but this is from what I see when I look at his physique, especially when he's in a lineup to where there are guys that are just more balanced to me. Shun in this lineup is the most balanced. May not be the best condition or the biggest guy, but front to back, if he gets that posing down to where he's hitting his sweet spots, I think just front to back as far as shoulders, the chest, the roundness, the flow, the abs, the back, I think he's the most complete. And he's going to expose some of these guys that have missing body parts to a certain degree. I'll say I have Mr. Reps in 4,
Okay.
and then 5. I'm going to throw Ismail in there.
Oh shit! I forgot about Ismail Dominguez.
Yeah.
All right, who you got? Chris?
I got Shun first, Ruben second, Mr. Reps third.
So how you gonna put?
How are you
hold
going to
on.
not put Ricardo?
Stop.
Oh, no.
You guys never let me speak, all right?
How you go? Hey,
Dustin
you
Ford.
the
Dustin Ford.
motherfucker.
Quiet, Aaron. I'm not done.
Hey,
Fitz
but how you
Ricardo.
gonna pick Dustin to win
Damn
the
it.
other show that's
Fitz.
way more stacked
Because, hey,
than
listen.
this show?
Hey, listen, he's
Wait.
going to win that show. He's going to go out partying with me. I'm going to get him a little bit too much like Krispy Kreme and crumbled up. And he's going to
That's
come,
crazy.
not be his condition, 4th place.
I'm dead.
That's crazy.
Wait. One more time, because I just want to make sure I have this right, because I think I kept one of these out because I had Mr. Reps 4. I had Shun 1, Ricardo 2, Benny 3, Dustin 4, Mr. Reps 5, and then Ismail 6. So it moved back. I just want to make sure because I know these guys listen to it. I want to make sure that I have it right.
All right. Aaron, you want to say yours? He's like, oh shit.
I think
All right, put it this way. Who do you think is gonna be top 2?
I'm gonna go with Dustin and Ruben Glass.
That's a good pick. Yeah.
Why are you going Ricardo Sinet is gonna fucking like? Why is this like?
We just talked about he's digressing. Like, you think I'm gonna put somebody who's digressing in the top 2? No, I'm not.
And I've seen him at 2 of the shows in person. I've seen him at Pittsburgh, was probably his best ever.
If he bring that shit, it's over.
Oh, it's over if he does that. Yeah.
But
But even then, I still feel like when he poses, he's so wide up top that his chest does flatten out.
It does.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't give a damn what you talking about. If he bring that shit,
nope,
he's winning.
Yeah, it's like not even
close. I don't care how his posing look.
Hopefully they have good lighting. Otherwise, the haters will say that he's off.
Oh man.
No, if he brings that, I give him the dub. But I'm gonna put him in 3rd. And then from there I'll go
go to his New York look as well, Alex, while you're on his profile. Yeah. Show him some love here.
See, this was.
What do you guys think? Because Gilco was on both of them. I think he was a little bit more washed here.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I was there in person too. In person was still better than these videos, but Pittsburgh, he was outrageous.
Bro, he's one of those guys you see backstage and you're like, yo, what the fuck is that? Like, he doesn't look real. And you can.
His skin is very thin, like naturally, even in his off season. I posed him in last year. Yeah, he's
Wait,
crazy.
Hold on. Go to your page and go to Ken Jones. If this the Ken Jones, I think that is he making a comeback?
Ken's?
No, just Ken Jones. Click on that. He's making a comeback.
I don't know who this is.
He's making a comeback.
Damn, post physique updates, guys. I want to be able to talk about y'all. Damn.
Go down a little bit.
All right. Let's see. You said he's from Houston.
I think he trains with Tommy. Remember Tommy that used to be men's physique?
Yeah, 2-ton Tommy.
Yeah, 2-ton.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's in Classic now. Dude blew up.
Yeah, he's a bigger dude.
Yeah, he does look huge. We gotta get that.
Oh shit!
If Ken,
I thought that was William Bonac for a second.
I did too.
Hey, if Ken come great, I'm putting Ken in 4th.
That's if Are you putting him in fourth?
I would put him in fourth just because I want to.
All right.
He's got a dope look. I
Yeah,
wonder
yeah.
how big he's
Yeah,
going to
that'd be
be in
cool.
comparison to other guys. Because there's a lot of guys you might see on Instagram that look massive and then they're short though. You know what I'm saying?
Ken ain't no little dude. Ken is
No, I just want to know how he stacks up in that lineup. I'm like curious. It's kind of like whatever happened to Quincy. Where was Quincy at that last show?
I don't think he put. I don't. Did he do the show?
Did he do it? That's what I was wondering. Yeah,
I didn't see
because
him.
we talked about it. Yeah.
But yeah, he's taller than Quincy for sure.
No, he looks.
I think him and Tommy are the same height. He's a little bit taller than Tommy, I think. But I'm gonna go with Ken at the fourth spot, and I'm gonna go Mr. Reps.
All right, fellas. I'm gonna see y'all this weekend. We got to convince Drew though. Go.
Hey, he's coming.
I'm talking to Maria right now about it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, it's probably going to be Friday night to like a Saturday.
I'm changing my flight too for
Sunday
Saturday
morning.
Drew.
Yeah.
Drew.
I gotta fly
What's
to my grand opening.
Show's on.
Yeah.
It's on
Oh
Friday.
shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah.
So all the guys.
I'll tell her.
All right, listen, fellas. I don't know why I felt like tonight was one of those ones I needed. You know what I mean? Just talk.
You try to cut it off. You're like, oh, we'll just do Dubai.
Right.
I never understand. I don't know if people want like shorter podcasts, like an hour and 15.
Oh, they want timestamps and they want Bhuwan. That's all they want. They don't care about anything else.
What guy you're talking about, left or right?
Bro,
Not their names.
Hey, come on. Matter of fact, since they say I hate the Indian culture and the Indian athletes, pull up
Said
Bhuwan
you
right
hate on Indians.
Pull up
Hey,
Bhuwan.
we gotta put them in a timestamp now.
That's all right. Yeah,
Bhuwan timestamp 145.
Here he is.
we'll put him on the fucking thumbnail.
Hey, 100K views right now. Watch,
Bro. They love him, bro. They love him. It's scary. All right, let's see some recent physique updates. Aaron.
Oh, Mr. Olympia, it's over. It's over. You're done, Aaron.
What show is he getting ready
You
for?
go on stage right now. He smoked your ass.
But here's the thing about Bhuwan though. Like realistically, the boy put on some goddamn size.
Hey, yeah.
He always gets massive in his offseason, but he's keeping it.
No. Not just off season. This is muscle that is being kept for sure. I have not seen Bhuwan this full in a while.
Look at his shape. His waist is only going to get tighter as he slims down once he gets that grainy detail. Like he's always been lean, but not like a dry shredded. You know what I'm saying? I think now he has time.
I wonder what CUTZ does with him because we know Bhuwan brings the conditioning, but he ain't had that CUTZ conditioning.
No, that's what I meant. That's a good way to put it.
That's going to be a thing to kind of look for in his whatever show what show is he doing? You know?
Now he's 3.5 weeks out. So is that Texas?
He told me Chicago.
Okay, in Chicago.
Maybe I'll go in for that and just like Abasai last year, I'll interview the winner and then give the people what they want because we'll see. We'll see how he does.
In transparency, I just don't feel like he.
You gotta understand. Go ahead.
I don't know if he looks as conditioned for being 3 weeks out, but I will say he looks so.
3 weeks out.
He's 3.5 weeks out.
Where?
I messaged him this morning. I asked him how many.
This can't be a recent.
Yeah, our real one. This can't be normal. Our real one say it.
No, there's no way that's brand new.
Well, I see Mario Stewart really snap in and Charjo snap in, and it's almost I don't know if it's old shit that they post or what, but Bhuwan's cranking because I know he gets a little bit fuller in his offseason. He gets some fluff, but I mean, maybe they're just going to hard diet the last couple of weeks. I don't know. This doesn't look like 3 weeks. I agree, but
yeah,
who knows? Maybe he snap in.
That's not that's a normal 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, not that other one. I don't think that's the other one's 3 weeks.
I don't think.
I can tell by his beard or whatever. That's what I usually do. I look at the hair and the beard and how much, if it's accurate.
I actually think this is the same day. He had the same shorts on. Yeah. I don't know.
No shit.
Bhuwan has always been a guy who hasn't.
Except pure muscle lighting.
Yeah.
I don't think Bhuwan has hit his peak of his career yet.
Oh no, I don't think he's did either.
The thing is, I know he kind of transitioned from the athlete and then focusing on business. You know what I mean? So it kind of takes away. We all know Alex and everybody else. We take time away from what we really need to do, but what we have to do. So when you get into that mindset of being an entrepreneur, bodybuilding kind of takes a seat until you're to that's making this money by itself. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I think even though he's been in the industry for a minute, I think CUTZ is going to take his physique to a whole nother level for sure.
I couldn't agree more.
Already has. You see the fullness that he's bringing.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's just playing the full game because he has the aesthetic. He's probably one of the most aesthetic guys. You talk about structure. Alex, you know how he did a list of like most condition and all that? Do like a list of structure. He'd be on that 100%.
You know,
now he's filling out that frame. He looks even. He's going to be dominant on stage.
Okay, who got the top structures?
You, Diogo.
Okay.
I think you and Diogo are battling it out. Oh, that's a good question. Who's
it's hard.
You know, I think Abasai's up there.
Abasai, I would put him up there. Dude, honestly, like Corey Morris, I'd have Corey Morris on there as well. I think it's just a caricature, like crazy freak factor and small waist, you know, wide clavicles, and he's full with the muscle belly insertions. I'm just saying in general, not just for the division. I'm just saying like structurally, he's that X frame.
I don't know. I think the best way if I could describe Corey Morris is I think he has the craziest shoulder to waist ratio, but he doesn't have a lot of flow between his physique. Like his muscles don't flow as nicely. His lats are a little higher. Like if you look at Diogo, you look at Aaron, like his lats.
Ricardo as well.
Ricardo. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Keen used to be a perfect example of structure, dude.
Who?
Remember Akeem?
Akeem Williams?
That's what I thought he was talking about.
No, well, he did whenever he went pro, but he's at like he did like those bar workouts and all that.
Akeem Supreme.
Oh, Supreme. Yeah.
Bro, his structure was crazy.
Miami Nets 2017. He won the overall. We're all looking at him like, what the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, like
that's who I thought was my nemesis going into when I became a pro. It was Ray.
He had that Cobra back, bro.
Yeah. And then when I beat Akeem at the Pittsburgh and placed third, I was like, oh shit, I just got one more tall person to beat. And that was Ray.
No, he's a dope he has a dope physique. He's a dope ass dude too. Like his YouTube channel
hypes you up. His back is like that. Calisthenics.
Oh yeah.
That's the bro. Me and him was supposed to compete. I told y'all this story, right?
No.
We're supposed to compete in calisthenic, like a calisthenic rules. And it's you know, that's also a competition too. So we were supposed to be considered super heavyweights because at that time, once you over, I think like 210 pounds, you go to super heavyweight calisthenics. And bro, that shit would have been epic if me and him would have just battled it out and then battled it out in the pro league. Because again, when I was doing calisthenics, he was doing the professional bodybuilding. I didn't know shit about professional bodybuilding or bodybuilding in general when I was doing calisthenics at all.
Aaron was a CrossFitter. That's crazy.
Oh, motherfucker. Hey, I'm going to check it right now.
That's how you get them games.
I ain't going to get into that whole realm of what CrossFit is, but yeah, CrossFit ain't nowhere near. No, fuck no.
All right.
Nowhere near what calisthenics is, bro.
Oh, shit. You think you
ain't doing them kipping ass.
Yes. No, Trey, if you're watching this, please take that thumbnail. Please take the thumbnail of him just doing
it's like dry hump in the air.
Hey, pause. Chill out.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Let's get out of here. Aaron, I'll see you this weekend. Chris, I'll see you this weekend. We're going out to dinner. And don't forget Friday.
Y'all want to go? We can go sushi. We can do whatever y'all want to do.
Yeah. I want to.
Do you plan on doing anything in person? Any sort of podcast?
If you're there, we can do something for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely, but I just got to know.
All right, so it's Friday. I'll talk to Maria.
Who's talking on the live stream? Did we talk to Sandy about that?
No.
I
didn't even know they were doing a live stream. That would be dope, though.
I saw it on the poster today, and I saw you guys with another dude, and I was like, "Wait, are you guys doing the commentary?" And I'm like, "No, it's Manifest." I'm like, "They replaced me with somebody else." I didn't see that, but the other guy looked like he was in Chula shorts. So I was like, I don't know. I was like tripping out for a minute.
So I want to do a live stream for a show with us three. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I feel like we'd have to sponsor a show to do it.
Even if we set it up on the phone while there's like a camera and one of us go live on our Instagram and just kind of let the people that are viewing it listen in while they're watching the show if they rented it.
Yeah. I want to be able to get us backstage passes so we can go back there, go live on Man.
Where? What?
So,
what did you just say?
In Chattanooga. We
For
go.
what?
We go on our
Instagram for us. Get it, Aaron.
Wait, stop it. What do you know?
I'm gonna bump my cardio up so I look better for you guys when I see
said backstage passes like we ain't. Shut up, boy. Shut up.
I'm trying to say.
Well, we're with Mr. Hollywood. We get in places. I'm not at that level yet.
You know, backstage, boy. Stop it. Stop it. Don't say that.
Everybody.
We're sponsoring the show.
We're putting on the show. Like the show is happening. Again.
So that's bro. Don't trust me. I ain't gonna.
You know what's crazy? I'm new to this stuff. I'm new to the bit, like the back end side of
the back end side of it. And that's the thing. Like as a business owner and an athlete separated, because I mean, there's pros that can't even go backstage.
Yeah, that's true. People have been kicked out. I've seen pros getting kicked out.
I've seen it a lot. That's why I'm discouraged.
Personally, I've seen it personally as I'm walking right past them. They like, what? Like, come on, we're not on the same level.
That's how I met.
Not the same place, man.
That's how I met Jim Mannion. Like I was backstage at Tampa Pro, and he tried to fucking kick me out before he realized that I was a pro. And Medi had to come.
He couldn't tell.
Bro, Medi walked over to the whole situation because it was backstage, and he was like, I overheard it. And this is Medi just won the show. He has the trophy in his hand, just stepped off stage. He was walking over. Alex is a great guy. So he's a pro. As soon as he said he's a pro, he was like, oh, okay. So
what show was this? Tampa
Pro last year. He was like,
oh shit.
He does have the insurance to be backstage. And ever since that, now we laugh every time we see each other, bro. But you ever been yelled at by Jim Mannion? That shit will scare the shit out you, bro.
No, that's why I'm already discouraged even trying anything funny.
I've seen JM and
bro, he don't give a shit. He will yell at you like no matter who, don't care who's around. He'll yell at you like he don't give a shit. I love the name.
Even at the Pittsburgh, it was people that kept coming backstage.
Yeah,
boy, they started to get real irritated, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because they don't want this shit unorganized and whatnot. Like some of these people that they're so entitled to just walk back there. I'm still like, I don't throw my status around or whatnot, but it's like
that's some of these bigger coaches and people who again try to abuse the power. I'm not saying I'm gonna just go walk back there, but when I go to shows, like even when I just came from nationals, right? And I mean Chris was there, but the thing is, like, I made sure I went up to Jeff. What's his name? Is his name Jeff? The promoter guy who was putting on the show, and introduce myself and say, "Hey, man, I'm here to support the show." And I didn't even ask for anything. He said, "Let me get you a backstage pass and access." You know what I mean? So, yes, it comes with what I've done for the industry and who I am, 100%. But it's also just even on the respect side. If you're not walking up to these promoters or these judges and shaking hand and networking and putting your face out there, yeah, you might have that instance where JM or somebody's trying to kick you out backstage. You know what I mean? So maybe if Alex,
nobody likes ego, bro. Nobody likes ego.
So I'm not saying I'm just entitled. Oh, Aaron Banks is walking back. No, it's just not.
No, you still got to be respectful. Yeah,
but because you got to understand, Aaron Banks is at check-ins. Aaron Banks is looking at guys before they even step on stage. So these promoters and judges are looking at that like
you're helping the sport too. You know, you're bringing more attraction to it.
It's not like I'm entitled. I'm such and such. No, I don't do that. That's what I don't do.
I mean, you are Mr. O. I mean, it does have its
a lot different. Like you get, you get doors open for you, bro.
But it's different with the approach. I know I'm a Mr. Olympia, and people know that. But some of these promoters don't give a fuck who I am, bro.
I was gonna ask you, have you ever been like in a situation where they said, "I don't care," or no? Like that would be like, oh fuck.
Probably doesn't put himself in those situations though.
Yeah, I don't think it would.
The thing is, bro, like I go to shows, and bro, I won't even go backstage or even kind of be in the forefront of things. I'm usually pulled up to, hey, we got a seat for you up front, or you got this access pass, blah, blah, blah. Like even, bro, my girl competed in Guadalajara. So it was Caden Riley's show. Caden is the coordinator of the Olympia. Mm-hmm. So I messaged him, I was like, bro, my girl's competing, blah, blah, blah. He was like, okay, she'll be registered. So we did not compete at all because of the flight. I think I told y'all about the flights and all that shit, the craziness. So we got there, bro. Access passes, blah blah blah, sitting right behind the judges, making me, not making me, but going backstage and talking to these athletes and doing, bro. That is just the hospitality that you get from just the respect that you give the promoters. Or
That's the best part, man. That
that's
feels good.
Chris, we
that
gotta
feels
get you a test,
amazing.
bro. You look like Batman every time around this hour.
Yeah.
Every
Hey, I
time.
got this thing right here. There we go.
Every time. All right,
Getting
fellas.
dark,
I'm out of here. Aaron, Chris,
guys.
Drew, I will see you this week.
Hey, this is back to the old days. 2 hours.
2 hours?
Back to the old days.
I enjoy it. Doesn't even feel like it, to be honest with
It
you
really
guys. I just
does.
like being
Time
able
goes
to
by
talk
quick.
about this stuff.
All right, if you're watching this, make sure you increase the speed on and the incline on your cardio. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you tune into the shows, support the men's physique division, order the live streams so you know exactly what we're talking about visually when you touch back base next week. All right, fellas, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all.